Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is part 1 of our story. If you like this WhatIf story and want to see part 2, let me know in the comments below. Before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Also, check the description for more great content and my playlist. This story was posted by WereLich on Wattpad. Now let's start. Interviewer: It's quite the honor to have the number 2 hero on our show. What do heroes think? Give a warm welcome to 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐿. 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐿, thank you for having me here today, 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐿. 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐿, no problem at all, 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐿. Thank you for taking time from your busy schedule to be here. Let's start things off with a self-introduction. Tell us about yourself, 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐿. 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐿, that seems as good a place to start as any. I'm not proud of how I was during the start of my heroic career. I was obsessed with surpassing all might and becoming the number 1 hero. Some would say I had tunnel vision, but I know I was a monster. My hero name is a constant reminder. I chose it so I'd never forget my goal. I didn't care about the people I rescued. They were just another step closer to becoming number. I was glad when a villain showed up. They too were just a stepping stone to me. I didn't care about the damage they or myself caused. It wasn't long till I had captured more villains than All Might. I couldn't understand why I wasn't number. I became delusional. That if I couldn't become number 1, then I'd have a child who could. I never cared about the law. Becoming number 1 was the only thing I cared about. So I was looking into an illegal way to get a child that could become the number 1 hero. A quirk marriage. I found a promising family. They had a powerful ice quirk. I thought if I could get the perfect child that had both quirks, they would become the number 1 hero. Thankfully, the quirk marriage never happened. 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐿, what happened? 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐿, I met with the family. I'd gone there with every intention of proposing a quirk marriage. Instead, I met the most wonderful woman I'd ever meet. She saved me from myself. I didn't care about heroics at all after I met her. All I could think about was her. Whenever I found a villain, I couldn't help but worry. What if she's around here? I have to stop this villain to keep her safe. That's how I felt. I was more careful not to cause any damage or hurt someone myself. I couldn't live with myself if I hurt her. My tone grew softer. I didn't want her to think I was hateful. So I started acknowledging the people around me. To the public, it seemed like I was finally starting to act like a hero. But all I cared about was her. We eventually got married. Completely legally, mind you. I no longer cared about a quirk marriage. I just wanted her to always be in my life. It always bothered me when people would call me a hero. I know what I was. So I helped her to become a professional hero, 𝐒𝐮𝐿𝐴𝐿. I'm so proud of her becoming the number 3 hero. It wasn't long before we had our first son. I was so happy that day. My precious family had grown. I couldn't help but worry about him when his quirk developed. He had a stronger flame than me. It would burn him severely if he overused it. He worried me to death, wanting to be a hero like his parents. I didn't have the heart to keep him from his dream though. He's now the number 4 hero, 𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐿. I couldn't be prouder of him. My second son started a support gear company that specializes in fire and ice-based quirks. He wanted to help his family even if he wasn't a hero. My daughter is a school teacher, helping the next generation learn and excel. My youngest son is going to U this year. I love and am proud of all of them. I'm truly blessed to have them. 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐿, sounds like your whole family are heroes, each in their own way. Let's move on to our main topic today. What do you think about the number 1 vigilante killer queen? 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐿, well, as a hero, vigilantism is dangerous and illegal. So I can't condone anyone becoming a vigilante. Strive to become a hero or a police officer. Maybe a doctor. There are so many ways to help people without breaking the law. But as a father and husband, I'm eternally grateful to him. Crime rates dropped 3% when All Might returned to Japan. But Killer Queen's presence alone has dropped crime rates by an incredible 10%. Add the fact he's captured more criminals than me and All Might combined. Japan is truly a safer place because of him. And despite having killer in his name, no deaths have ever been caused by him. 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐿, hi, you sound like one of his many fans. 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐿, hi, don't deny that. 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐿, what's your opinion on the debate of whether or not Killer Queen is quirkless? 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐿, that's a hard question. We know he uses explosives, but whether they're man-made bombs or made with a quirk we honestly don't know. We know what he usually throws at villains look like regular marbles and coins. But nothing remains after the blast. I'm no explosive expert, but normally there's evidence of how a bomb is made left over from the blast. I can't imagine how complex a bomb that size would have to be to leave no evidence, or if it's even possible. Leaving combat aside, 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 only operates in broad daylight, and no one can catch him, even though he's throwing around explosives, and always has that boombox of his playing his 2 songs. He also has an incredible intel source, being able to know when and how to hit large criminal groups. It wouldn't surprise me if he had an extra sensory type quirk. People believe he might be quirkless because he's targeted companies that abused quirkless people in one way or another. But I think he just wants to help everyone. Ren, what do you make of the video where a villain asks 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 who he is? We actually have a copy here, so let's watch it. Villain, W, who are you? 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, my name is 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. I'm 10 years old. Where I live and work at is a secret. I'm not married. And I get home every day by 8 p.m. at the latest. I don't smoke, but I occasionally have a drink to help a sore throat. I'm in bed by 11 p.m. and make sure I get 8 hours of sleep, no matter what. After having a glass of warm milk and doing about 20 minutes of stretches before going to bed, I usually have no problem sleeping until morning. Just like a baby, I wake up without any fatigue or stress in the morning. I was told there were no issues at my last checkup. I'm trying to explain that I'm a person who wishes to live a very quiet life. I take care not to trouble myself with any enemies, like winning and losing, that would cause me to lose sleep at night. That is how I deal with society, and I know that is what brings me happiness. Although, if I were to fight I wouldn't lose to anyone. Villain, W. Boom arg. Quite the talker. What's your take on this endeavor? Endeavor? Well, you have to have a basic understanding in a wide variety of fields to be a hero. Looking at it from a psychologist's point of view, you can understand a lot about his life. A 10-year-old shouldn't have to work, so he's either lost his parents or was abandoned. Giving out so much information is a clear sign of loneliness. He's starved of normal interaction, so he's getting as much as he can from this villain. This loneliness makes me believe he was probably abandoned. If his parents died, he should have been put in an orphanage or foster family. He seems almost obsessed with keeping himself healthy. That's another sign he's been by himself for years. He's never had anyone to take care of him, always on his own. That cruelty of being abandoned is probably why he's a vigilante. That's an old video if I'm not mistaken. He should be around 15 years old now. He probably couldn't wait until he was old enough to become a hero, or maybe he has a reason not to be a hero. If one or both of his parents were heroes and still abandoned him, it's no wonder he wouldn't want to be a hero. 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫's first reported sighting was 3 years before this film. That would have him around 7 years old when he started being a vigilante. Ren, that's what several experts have told us. Now then, this last questions really puts everyone on the edge. I completely understand if you don't want to throw in your 2 yen. Some people believe 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐵 is 𝐒𝐮𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐻𝐿's son who was supposedly murdered with his entire class. They claim 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐵's age matches 𝐒𝐻𝐼𝐻𝐿's son, and it wasn't until after that horrible incident 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐵 started his vigilante career. What do you think about that? Endeavor, that really is a touchy subject. Especially for me. I knew Izuku personally. Him and his sister Izumi were friends with Shoto. 𝐒𝐻𝐼𝐻's not here to defend himself either. So I don't really feel comfortable with this. I spent my early career obsessed with surpassing him. Those were worthless years with no meaning. How much more if 𝐒𝐻𝐼𝐻's abusive to his family? I couldn't even describe the shame I'd feel if 𝐒𝐻𝐼𝐻 was really a villain. But the truth will come out soon, I believe. It's not really a secret, but Izumi's is going to enroll in U this year. 𝐒𝐻𝐼𝐻 is also going to be teaching there. He'll be surrounded by excellent heroes who'll pick up on anything wrong. And more importantly, Izumi will be surrounded by heroes who can protect her. They're just as disturbed by this possibility as anyone. I was a monster who planned on ruling his family like a tyrant. So I don't believe I have any say on how someone else raises their children. I always thought Izuku never wanted to leave when him and his sister stayed over at our house. He was always too careful not to get in trouble. That always worried me. Izuku was quirkless, you see. All Might always said he'd have a hard life, so he needed to be tough. That tough love, if you could call it, that never sat well with me. Of course I would love for Izuku to be alive, but all those children were mutilated beyond recognition. That monster with the grinder quirk deserved the death penalty. It was such a gory mess. The few parents that survived that nightmare had to go to a mass funeral. They couldn't even say, "This is where my child is." No child deserved that. Not Izuku, not any of them. I don't know if All Might is innocent or not. I have my fears and doubts, but I don't know. He's not reported getting attacked by 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, but that doesn't mean he hasn't been. I don't have complete faith in All Might, but 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 has done more than enough to earn my trust. Principal Nezu wants to enroll 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 in you. I'm all for it. I don't want to see a real hero go to jail. That's all I have to say, Ren. Ren? Thank you. I know that must have been hard. I'm sure all our viewers appreciate your honesty. Till our next show, stay safe everyone. Inside a 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫-themed breakfast cafe. Kira, Endeavor really has come a long way, huh? Still has tunnel vision though. At least it's towards his family's well-being. Aizawa, yeah, I know what you mean. It's surprising how hard he is on himself. I don't think anyone ever thought he was a monster though. Nezu, it's that kind of honesty that's allowed his popularity to flourish. Used to he couldn't get into the top 10. And now he's more popular than All Might. Kira, funny how he gives up on surpassing All Might. Then what do you know, he's almost done it. Already has in my book. Aizawa, are you ever going to tell us why you don't like All Might and 𝐶𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫? Kira, first of all, why would I when 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫's around? 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨 works to earn his living. He doesn't get paid to help people. He just does. There is no comparison between him and any pro hero. No offense. He doesn't skulk around at night. He works in broad daylight, blaring his music for all to hear. Blasting villains with explosives and no one can catch him. He's the coolest. It's a proven fact that if you play his 2 songs, 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 and another one, Bites the Dust, villains are way less likely to try and rob you. They're afraid they might run into 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. Nezu, Aizawa, I wish you learned from my mistake. Now we get to hear a second fanboy rant. Aizawa, sorry Nezu. Yashikage Kira. Kira, how you need something, Aizawa? Aizawa, ugh, another coffee please. Nezu, I'll take another tea as well. Kira, alright, coming right up. Nezu, where do you get all this 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 merchandise if you don't mind me asking? Kira, oh, you know we fans have our ways. This isn't even half of what I own though. I have so many replicas of his costume. I have a closet just for the same suit he wears. And I have several of his cat skull helmets. And so many ties with the same emblem. And cufflinks. I got a ton of those. And lots of spare buttons. I even have several boom boxes, the same kind he uses, of course. I even have a large collection of the cards he leaves to let people know it was him. Aizawa, I think what you have is an addiction. Kira, well, you too support it. This is your 10th coffee and tea respectively. And you will order more before you leave. And you'll even get some to go. Who really has an addiction? Aizawa. You're not old enough to have an addiction. Kira, but it's okay for you too, please. You're just making excuses because you know I'm right. Aizawa, I could quit anytime I want. Kira, oh really? Want to test that? I may be quirkless, but I've kicked out my fair share of bums before. I could always ban you too. Nezu, please don't punish me because of Aizawa. Aizawa, you wouldn't dare. Kira, try me. Aizawa, alright, you win. Geez, you're worse than any student. It's your fault though. No one makes coffee as good as you. And the variety. All good. I've tried them all. Not a single bad one. Even the types I hate. Yours taste great. The next one please. Nezu, I must agree with that statement. Aizawa's even gotten me to drink some of your coffee. You get the same review from me about your teas, of course. Aizawa actually drinks your tea when I offer him some. I would like my next one too, please. Kira, well, this is what I do for a living. So I'd hope I'd be good at it. Here you go. Aizawa, how did you even afford a cafe of your own, Kira? Kira, oh, that's not really an interesting story. I was needing a job and the former owner was kind enough to hire me. He taught me everything I know about cooking and running a cafe. He retired and gave me the cafe. 𝐻𝐻𝐿, have you thought about my offer to learn at 𝐻𝐻𝐿? Kira, I'm flattered that you'd want me in your school 𝐻𝐻𝐿. But it's not like I could be a hero. Besides, I haven't gone to school in years. I'm doing fine as is. I actually enjoy my cafe. I get to meet so many people. And I have a blast talking to my fellow Killer Queen fans. 𝐻𝐻𝐿, I see. Well, if you ever change your mind, let me know. I'll always have a seat for you in whatever course you want. Kira, thanks, that means a lot to me. But I'll still get to see you every morning. So how many for the road this time? Aizawa and 𝐻𝐻𝐿, 20. Kira, right, give me some time. Finally, there you go. Aizawa, thanks Kira, keep up the good work. 𝐻𝐻𝐿, yes, thank you. Kira, don't mention it. It is my job after all. Back at you, Aizawa, do you really think Kira's Killer Queen 𝐻𝐻𝐿? 𝐻𝐻𝐿, I'm almost certain he is. He fits Killer Queen's psychological profile to a T. He's the proper age, height and build. Aizawa, he's not All Might's son though. Izuku had green hair and eyes and those diamond-shaped freckles under his eyes. Kira's has blonde hair with blue eyes and no freckles. We even did a background check on Kira. All his information is accurate. Are you sure you just don't want Yagi to be guilty? 𝐻𝐻𝐿, I understand you believe Toshi is guilty for that massacre. Aizawa, I honestly do too. Just like 𝐻𝐿, I saw the signs. I think both Toshi and 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 intentionally leaked the information that their son would be having a field trip that day. How else could such a notorious villain with no ties to a large group get that kind of information? The only reason I offered Toshi a job here was to get enough evidence to convict him. I fear for Izumi's life. But I'm telling you, Kira is Killer Queen. Aizawa, then where is Izuku? You and I both know he wasn't at school that day. 𝐻𝐻𝐿, yes, it was hard to keep Toshi and 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 from finding out about that incident the day before. I had to call in a lot of favors to keep it from being found out. Aizawa, I know. You did it to keep Izuku safe. But are you sure that fanboy is Killer Queen? 𝐻𝐻𝐿, his obsession with Killer Queen and his collection of Killer Queen merchandise make for quite the grand cover, don't you think? Think about it. If you were to confront him about being Killer Queen and searched his home for evidence, you'd find more than enough. But because he's played the #1 fan card, even the most incompetent lawyer could come up with an airtight alibi. And we've given him more than enough funds for an excellent lawyer. Aizawa, his collection would actually be a backup if his costume or boombox were damaged. That's ingenious. If that's the case, how will you ever prove it? 𝐻𝐻𝐿, I can't, at least not before our classes start this year. We'll be sending out notices whether they passed or failed tomorrow. I just hope we can prove it before next year starts. He would be such a wonderful influence on our students. Even our teachers could learn from him. Aizawa, it's going to be hard juggling getting Kira to enroll and proving Yagi guilty. 𝐻𝐻𝐿, yes, I know. I've contacted 𝐻𝐿, he said he'd be happy to help any way he can. I also told him that Izuku's alive. It's funny, I never thought I could count on 𝐻𝐿 for anything. And that I could always count on Toshi. Kira was right. 𝐻𝐿's already surpassed Toshi. I hear it's only because of the Hero Association's greed that Toshi is still #1. They don't care for Killer Queen after all. The Hero Association can't make money on a vigilante. And 𝐻𝐿's made it clear he supports Killer Queen. Well, you need to get ready for your class, Aizawa. You have quite the hurdle yourself getting Izumi to feel safe enough to tell you the truth. Aizawa, I know it doesn't help either that Toshi will make it hard to get close to her. Todoroki might be able to help, but I'll have to be careful not to put him in danger. Knock knock. 𝐻𝐻𝐿, come in. 𝐻𝐿, hello 𝐻𝐻𝐿, are the Yagis here? 𝐻𝐻𝐿, no, Toshi and 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 aren't here today. 𝐻𝐿, then is it safe to talk about sensitive matters? 𝐻𝐻𝐿, yes, have a seat. Would you like some tea? 𝐻𝐿, sure. 𝐻𝐻𝐿, you told me Izuku was alive. I want to know how you're certain about that. 𝐻𝐻𝐿, I figured that's what you were here for. There was an incident that happened the day before that massacre. I called in a lot of favors and pulled a few strings to keep it hidden. 𝐻𝐿, what happened? 𝐻𝐻𝐿, a child that fit Izuku's appearance was walking by an antique shop. Suddenly and without warning, an arrow flew out the store's window. It stabbed the child in the neck. It kept burrowing into the child's body. The child cried out, "So you're finally going to kill me yourself, Mom? I figured it would be you since Dad doesn't have the guts." After that he passed out and was taken to the nearest hospital. The doctors were confused when he arrived. They were told an arrow was shot in his throat, but there was no wound anywhere on his neck. They did find, however, that his ribs were broken. They set his ribs back in place and used a healing quirk to speed up his recovery. After he fled the hospital. Nobody has seen him since. 𝐻𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿, so you think this child was 𝐒𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫? He must have thought 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 pulled that arrow into him. Nezu, yes, but 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 was nowhere near that shop at the time. 𝐻𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿, then who shot him? And what happened to the arrow? Nezu, I don't know. I just know after that there's no way 𝐒𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 would go back home. 𝐻𝐿𝐿𝐿, I don't understand how there wouldn't be any evidence that 𝐒𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 was stabbed in the neck. Are you sure that's what happened? Nezu, yes, if it was just word of mouth I would question it too. But I found video footage from a security camera. The arrow did dig into his neck until you couldn't see it anymore. 𝐻𝐿𝐿𝐿, how is that possible? Nezu, I honestly don't know. 𝐻𝐿𝐿𝐿, if 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 didn't do it, who did? Did they hire a hitman? Nezu, I don't believe so. If they hired someone to kill 𝐒𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, why would they set up the massacre for the next day? As hard as it is to believe it, I don't think Toshi or 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 had anything to do with it. 𝐻𝐿𝐿𝐿, then why? Nezu, I did some research on the arrow itself. According to the shopkeep, that arrow has dark history. That arrow supposedly kills whoever it cuts. It doesn't matter where or how it cuts its victim, they'll die. If you can believe the legends about it, many a king was slain by it. 𝐻𝐿𝐿𝐿, but 𝐒𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 lived. Nezu, indeed, as such the arrow's history was a dead end, and probably just a story. I can't explain what happened that day. 𝐻𝐿𝐿𝐿, then where is 𝐒𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫? Nezu, I wish I knew. I've tried so hard to find him. Finding Killer Queen has been easier than 𝐒𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. 𝐻𝐿𝐿𝐿, you really think this 𝗧𝗜𝗍𝐴 kid is Killer Queen? Nezu, yes, he fits the profile, and Killer Queen is only seen after Kira closes his cafe. 𝐻𝐿𝐿𝐿, I see. If there's anything I can do to help, just let me know, Nezu. Nezu, thank you, 𝐻𝐿𝐿𝐿. I'm afraid I'll be relying on you a lot. 𝐻𝐿𝐿𝐿, don't worry about that. I want to help. Tomorrow's 𝐒𝐮𝐻𝐵's first day. Hopefully it will be uneventful for you. Please take care of Shoto for me, Nezu. I'm afraid Toshi might try something. Nezu, I will, 𝐻𝐿𝐿𝐿, don't worry. I don't plan on letting Toshi hurt anyone else. 𝐒𝐮's second day. Mina, man, Sensei was scary yesterday. Who would have thought he'd really expel someone? Toru, I know, right? At least it was just that grapist. Uraraka, I was so scared he was going to expel me. Kyoka, Yamamoto, cheer up already. I know you're upset you were wrong about Sensei expelling someone, but this is ridiculous. Momo, but I was certain it was just a logical ruse. Su, it's not that big a deal, Karo. Kyoka, yeah, Yamamoto, calm down. Momo, I can't. I could have been expelled myself. If I followed what I thought was true and didn't take the tests seriously, Sensei would have expelled me for sure. Kyoka, but you did take them seriously and you even came in first. Momo, I know. I'm just worried I'll make a mistake and disappoint my parents. Mina, hey, cheer up. I know, let's change the subject. Did you hear about Killer Queen saving that girl from those RPSTS yesterday? Kyoka, the Killer Queen is so cool. Wait, that's right. The Killer Queen Cafe is close to you. I've always wanted to go there. Why don't we have breakfast there before school? Toru, that sounds like so much fun. Mina, yeah, let's do it. Su, will we have enough time? Kyoka, definitely if we get there at 7 o'clock. It's not 10 minutes away from you. Uraraka, that is close. I don't know if I could afford it though. Aren't those specialty cafes expensive? Momo, I don't mind helping you, Uraraka. Doesn't it sound like fun? Uraraka, it does, and I want to, but. Mina, no buts. Live a little girl. Kyoka, besides, from what I hear, everything's a steal for the quality. Uraraka, well, okay, if you're sure, I'd love to. What about you, Yagi? Izumi, I'd love to, but my parents wouldn't let me. You all go on W without me. Mina, that stinks. I was looking forward to a Class 1A girl hangout. Izumi, sorry. Kyoka, hey, it's okay. Nobody's mad at you. We just wanted to hang out with you, that's all. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵, thanks, and maybe we can some other time. 𝗧𝗚, I'm gonna hold you to that though. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵, okay. The next morning 𝗧𝗚, it's a shame 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵 couldn't come 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. Mina, yeah I know. Momo, she's so nervous about everything, I wonder why. Toru, I know she almost looked afraid when 𝗂𝐿𝐴 was sad she couldn't come. Kyoka, yeah it's kinda weird. You'd think the daughter of the #1 hero would be I don't know more heroic. Momo, there are some nasty rumors about All Might though. 𝗬𝗠, yeah a lot of people blame him and 𝗀𝗱𝗏 for that field trip massacre. Mina, would he really set all that up just to kill his own son? Uraraka, I don't know, but it's pretty scary since he's one of our teachers. Kyoka, there it is. Wow, it looks so cool. Let's go. Toru, well Jiro's excited. Momo, yes she's a huge Killer Queen fan. Kyoka, come on let's go in already. Kira, hello ladies, welcome to the Killer Queen Cafe. It's always a pleasure to meet new guests, especially when they're as lovely as all of you. The girls blushed from Kira's compliment. Momo, thank you. Do you work here? Kira, yep this is my cafe after all. Name's 𝗂𝐿𝐴 Kira. Kyoka, what? You own this? But you look our age. Kira, haha well I'm 15. So what would you like? Coffee, tea, something to eat. Of course if all you want to do is talk about Killer Queen that's fine too. Mina, I'll have a iced caramel frappe and that fruit yogurt parfait sounds good. Toru, that does sound good me too. Momo, I would like to try your cinnamon spice tea with the fruit yogurt parfait please. 𝗬𝗠, I want a mocha latte with 3 eggs over medium please. Kira, toast or biscuits? If you want I can give you one of each. 𝗬𝗠, both sounds good if it's not any trouble. Kira, no trouble at all. What about you miss? Uraraka, oh I'm not sure. What's the cheapest? Momo, Uraraka. I told you I'd help you. Kira, oh dear. Did you hear an awful rumor that I extort people with my prices? I assure you except for 2 people all my prices are fair and affordable. Go ahead look for something you like and check out the price. Tell me if I'm wrong. Uraraka, oh no I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry. It's just I'm really poor. Kira, hey calm down I'm not mad or offended. Seriously it's okay here maybe this will help. Uraraka, huh what's this? Kira, it's an income sheet. Now I'm not trying to get any personal information or anything like that, but if you write down your income for 1 month I can give you a discount. It's something I do to help people. You're under no obligation to write anything down. Only do it if you're comfortable with it. Uraraka, I don't mind, and that would help me. Here you go. Kira, okay let's see here. I'll be right back. Uraraka, oh gosh now I'm scared. Kira, sorry about the wait, here you go Miss Achiko Uraraka. Your very own Killer Queen Cafe discount card. Just show me this card when you're ready to pay for a 50% discount. Uraraka, 50%. That's half off. Kira, sure. I hope that helps you get a meal you'll enjoy. Uraraka, but. Kira, no buts. Just your order please. Uraraka, okay if you're sure. I'd like your peach green tea with some mochi please. Kira, that just leaves you miss. Kyoka, I have to try the Killer Queen special please. Kira, ha sure thing. I'll get your orders ready real quick. Can't have you ladies late for you. Of all places. Girls, thank you. Mina, man he's really nice. I wish 𝗂𝐮𝐬𝐵 could have come. I bet he would have even made 𝗂𝐮𝐵 comfortable. Kira, here you go ladies. I hope you enjoy. 𝗬𝗠, thank you Kira we will. Everything looks and smells great Karo. Momo, what in the world did you even order Kyoka? Kyoka, I don't really know. I just saw the name and I had to get it. Kira, oh a fellow Killer Queen fan. You won't be disappointed I promise. The special is my attempt at making a meal that really emphasizes Killer Queen's best features. Your drink, a half and half beverage of coffee and tea. I specially chose a blend that give a cool and bold flavor. Killer Queen is a rocking combination of true heroism and music. That's the goal of the drink. For your meal you have our famous steak and eggs with an awesome twist. Kyoka, oh my gosh. It looks like Killer Queen's helmet. Kira, it took forever finding a quality cut of beef that I could cut into his cat skull emblem. I had to find the best seasonings to give it a truly amazing explosion of flavor. It also comes with a gift. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, I know what you mean when you said 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫's both hero and music. My family is in the music business and of course I love it too. But I wanted to be a hero. I didn't think music had anything to do with heroics. But then I learned about 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, playing music while taking out bad guys. At first I just thought he was just listening to music for himself, you know. But now people can play his songs and it actually keeps villains away. He's protecting people with music. He's just the coolest and best of everything I want to be. You okay, 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨? You're blushing pretty hard there. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨, why I am fine. It's just wow, you're so appealing when you smile, miss. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨 was now blushing just as bad. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨, sorry. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨, and no, why you don't have to apologize. Thank you, that's really kind of you to say. Mina, how sweet. Let's keep coming here for Jiro. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨, Ashido. Momo, I'd love to. This it amazing. Uraraka, Mr. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨, is something wrong? Uraraka, and no, everything's fine. I just wanted to ask you a question. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨, sure thing. If I can help, I'd be glad to. If not, the least I can do is give you my opinion. Uraraka, thank you. Well, we wanted our classmate to come with us, but she said her parents wouldn't let her. Do you think her parents really wouldn't let her come? Or do you think she doesn't want to be friends with us? Toru, hey, you don't believe that, do you? 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨, well, I probably don't know your classmate, but I do know all of you. And I can say with absolute certainty that there's no reason she wouldn't want to be friends with any of you. Uraraka, so you think it really is her parents? But what? 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨, well, it depends on what course she's in. 𝐾𝐿KA, what do you mean? 𝐀𝐮𝐨, well, to me, if she's in the general, business, or support course, her parents are probably just overprotective. Give it some time and they'll let her tag along with you. But if she's in the hero course, that just doesn't make sense. I trust and believe in you, my dear daughter, to become a hero. Fight villains and put your very life on the line. But I don't want you hanging out with your classmates, it's for your own safety. Yeah, I'm not buying that. Mina, that doesn't make sense now that you mention it. She is in the hero course. Tsu, then why? 𝐀𝐮𝐴, sounds to me like her parents have a nasty secret. Keeping their daughter away from people isn't for her sake. It's for their own sakes. That might be hard for you to believe, but there are worthless parents out there. I can vouch for that personally. A 15-year-old doesn't have to work and take care of themselves normally. Got a ugly scar on my chest to back that up. 𝐾𝐿KA, that's horrible. You're so kind though. 𝐀𝐮𝐴, I don't want to be anything like them. Plus, I like treating people how I'd like to be treated, you know. Do me a favor if you don't mind. Be as supportive as you can to her. She really needs your help just to feel safe. I'm sorry I ruined the mood. Momo, and no, it's not your fault. Uraraka, why, yeah, I was the one who asked. Let's change the subject. But what? Momo, I have a question that's bothering me. You admitted that you do extort your prices for two people. Why? 𝐀𝐮𝐴, oh yeah, I didn't I? Well, I have several reasons. Reason 1. They order way too much. Now I know what you're thinking. Isn't that a good thing? Normally yes, but not with these two. They chug them down like their life depends on it. Which makes it a pain to keep enough stock so my other customers can enjoy what they want. Reason 2. They never order food. Just drinks. I'm constantly having to run back and forth because they want a refill. If they ordered a meal with their drinks, it would slow them down a bit. Can you imagine how hard it is to cook that steak when you're constantly being flagged down? Reason 3. If they're not opening their mouths to drown themselves, they're always talking to me and asking questions. I know I'm deprived of positive interactions, but they want me glued to their table. Reason 4. See that electric guitar? They're collecting dust. I'm supposed to be playing it when everyone is happy and content. Those two are never content. Reason 5. They're rich and I use them to fund my Killer Queen collection. 𝐻𝐿KA, okay, you can stop now, you fixed the mood. Mina, you're really a great guy, 𝐀𝐮𝐴. Who are this two anywho? 𝐀𝐮, well, one's a hobo drinking his 11th cup of coffee. The other one's a mouse drinking his 11th cup of tea. Coincidentally, they're with the number 2 hero who's enjoying my steak and eggs. Oh, and they might be your teachers. What? Where? 𝐀𝐮𝐴, right back there. Momo, sensei. 𝐮𝐴, Ugh, my day's not even started yet. But shouldn't you six be heading to school? Nezu, now 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴, this is a public cafe and they have plenty of time to get to school. Kira, not like you two have any right to complain. You should be there before your students, don't you think? NG, I have to side with Kira here. You two have a problem. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴, like you can talk, that's your second steak. Kira, yes, his second. Of my delicious steak, cooked and seasoned to mouth-watering delicious. The 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴 mixes with the egg yolk, making a rich, flavorful sauce that pairs excellently with the steak. He will not be ordering 11. Nezu, 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴, you never win an argument with Kira. Just stop while you're behind. NG, this is a wonderful cafe. I'll have to bring my family here. Kira, that's very high praise for you endeavor. Kyoka, wow, Sensei was so scary yesterday, but Kira's got him looking kinda sad. Uraraka, I was thinking the same thing. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴, do you want me to expel all of you? Kira, do you ever want another cup of coffee? Because if I hear you expel my new friends, I will cut you off for good. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴, I'm sorry. Yesterday's teacher meeting was unbearable. I'm still not over it. Mina, what the hell just happened? Sensei crumbled to dust there. You're scary, Kira. Kira, well, let's keep it a secret. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴 has a reputation to keep. I don't want any of you picking on him just because you found his weakness. Girls, we promise. Kira, oh yeah, I almost forgot your gift, Mississippi Kyoka. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. Mina, smooth Jiro. Kira, ha, Miss Jiro. I'll go get it. Kyoka, Ashido. Stop. Mina, okay, I'll stop teasing you. Kira, here's the gift. Kyoka, wow. This is the card Killer Queen leaves behind. Kira, deep. Only a replica, but still a nice gift for a Killer Queen fan. Kyoka, where did you get this? You can't find any Killer Queen merchandise. Kira, ha, we fans have our ways. Honestly though, I only know of 2 good ways. Kyoka, ha. Kira, the first way I don't recommend and honestly regret is to find some Killer Queen fanatics. I kid you not, I've had the displeasure of meeting the leader/founder of the cult of Killer Queen. Yes, there is a cult. No, you don't want to meet him. Give me shivers just thinking about it. The other way is to make it yourself. I much prefer this way. It's a lot of fun. Plus no weirdos that give you nightmares. Kyoka, you made this. Kira, yes. I've really enjoyed talking with you, Jiro-so here. You'll look awesome in your uniform with these Killer Queen cuff links. Kyoka, oh my gosh. They're just like Killer Queens. You're so talented, Kira. Thank you so much. This has been the best morning ever. The food was to die for, by the way. Kira, haha, I'm glad you liked it. Tell you what, if you do get the chance to come back, and you want the special again, I'll give you something else from my collection. No repeats, gifts for as long as I can. Kyoka, really? Thank you so much. Haha, these do look cool on me, huh? Kira, sure do. Momo, Kyoka, I don't believe we're allowed to make changes to our school uniform. Kira, don't worry. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴 and Nezu won't let anyone bother Jiro. Isn't that right? Nezu, Kira has a hold on our very souls. Those cuff links are fine, Miss Jiro. Uraraka, I'm sorry for anything I may have done. Please don't ever get mad at me, please. Mina and Torb, ditto. Kira, I don't plan on it. Well, you all need to hurry if you don't want to run. Oh, here's some tea for your friend. It's great for stress, it should make her feel a bit better. Kyoka, thanks Kira. Don't worry, we'll definitely help Izumi any way we can. Kira, thanks. Kira, you're really rocking all that Killer Queen merch, Jiro. Kyoka, ha, thanks. Kira, so I've given you some cuff links, buttons and a tie. And you look great in all of it. Kyoka, thanks Kira. Oh yeah, Izumi says thanks for all the tea. She said it really helps her. Kira, no problem at all. I enjoy helping people after all. Kyoka, well, I'm going to help her today for sure. I'll get to meet her dad, and I'm going to make him let Izumi hang out with us. So you're going to get to meet Izumi yourself tomorrow morning. Momo, Kyoka. Tea, that could be dangerous. Kyoka, all the more reason to help her. She needs some peace and quiet, and to be able to relax. Momo, I know. Kira, you're a great hero already, Jiro. I can't wait to meet her. I have complete faith that you'll succeed. Kyoka, tea, thanks Kira. I'll do my best. Kira, ha, I know you will. Well, let me go get your prize. Kyoka, okay. I wonder what it will be. Momo, you really love the gifts Kira gives you, ha Kyoka. Kyoka, well duh. You can't find any Killer Queen merchandise anywhere. And Kira's are so well made. They're perfect in every way. Kira, Tada one Killer Queen helmet. Kyoka, oh my gosh. That looks so cool. This has to be worth way more than my meal. Can I really have this? Kira, ha, of course. I wouldn't have shown it to you if I wasn't going to give it to you. That would just be cruel. Kyoka, thank you Kira, this is awesome. Easily one of the best days of my life. Kira, I'm glad you love it. Oh, by the way, I heard some disturbing rumors. Supposedly the hero killer Stain has been seen. So be careful. Aizawa, what? Is that true? Kira, to the best of my knowledge it is. He hasn't attacked anyone yet. Seems he's looking for good spots to though. Aizawa, did you know about this Nezu? Nezu, no I didn't. Kira, why do you know about that? Kira, well you probably haven't heard about it because the Hero Association is keeping it under wraps. That stunt they pulled with Stain caused them to lose a lot of face to the public. Kyoka, what stunt? Kira, Killer Queen encountered Stain about to kill a hero. Killer Queen was winning and about to catch Stain, but Stain pulled a dirty trick to get away. He attacked the hero, leaving him barely alive. Killer Queen couldn't pursue Stain without the hero dying. Killer Queen made Stain pay though. Stain lost an arm. That's why he went silent for so long. Anyways, Killer Queen gave the hero first aid, then rushed him to the nearest hospital. There he gave the police Stain's arm and told them to watch all hospitals and doctors, legal ones or otherwise, for a man missing his arm. The police never found anyone. The Hero Association tried using the incident to lower Killer Queen's popularity. But it backfired. The public was outraged that the Hero Association didn't care about one of their heroes nearly dying. Since saying Killer Queen failed to catch the hero killer backfired. They then tried calling Killer Queen a murderer. They claimed Stain was never found by the police because he died from losing his arm. Of course, a body missing an arm was never found. This move made the hero Killer Queen saved so mad he quit being a hero. He then on live TV told everyone the blast that blew off Stain's arm cauterized it. Stain wasn't bleeding and no body was found, so Stain was alive. He then told everyone Stain's quirk was a paralysis-type quirk. If he tasted your BLD, you can't move. That was why he carried so many blades with him. Just to get back at the Hero Association, he also told everyone Stain was a huge All Might fanatic, who believed all heroes should be like All Might. That was why he was killing heroes. This almost destroyed the Hero Association then and there. Oh, to answer how I heard about this. The guy Killer Queen saved has been looking out for Stain. He's always posting messages on the Killer Queen blog. His username is 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨712. Nezu. I see, I'll need to check out his messages then. Kira, he's a real nice guy. Shame he's not a hero anymore. Nezu, the Hero Association isn't what it used to be. I don't blame him for quitting. Kira, yeah, if All Might is ever proven guilty of the field trip massacre, that'll be the end of the Hero Association. They've made it clear they believe All Might is innocent. Aizawa, I don't know if it will actually destroy the Hero Association, but at the least everyone will get replaced. Kira, true enough. Kyoka, how would that affect us trying to be heroes? Kira, you don't have anything to worry about. Heroes aren't going anywhere. Honestly, it would make your career easier. Uraraka, oh thank goodness, I was really starting to worry. Kira, you've got no reason to. Trust me. We do Karo. Aizawa, as much as I'd love to stay here till closing time, we all need to head to school. At 1A's Heroics class, All Might, look at all of you in your hero costumes. You really look the part. Now let's teach you how to act. Today's class you'll be split into 2 teams, playing both heroes and villains. The villain team will be guarding a nuclear bomb. Your objective is to prevent the heroes from touching the bomb. If you capture or knock out the heroes, you win. You also win if you can keep them away from the bomb till time runs out. The hero team wins if they touch the bomb or capture or knock out the villains. You'll be given this capture tape. If you wrap this around any part of their body, you've captured them and they are to return here. You'll be in teams of 2 chosen at random. This is to emulate real-life heroics where you have to be able to work together with anyone. After all, even heroes with many sidekicks can't always have the one that would be best for the given situation. Now come on up and let's find out who's on your team. And I'm aware we're 1 student short. I've asked a student from 2A to fill in for you. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, yes. We're working together, 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵. This is perfect. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵, I'll try and not to hold you back, 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, you'll do great, 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵, just believe in yourself. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵, I'll try. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, hey 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵 𝐶𝐶. If me and 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵 win, I want you to let her hang out with us in the morning. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵, 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. 𝐒𝐮𝐻, I'd love to let her, but with the hero killer being seen again, it's too dangerous. Nezu, funny you bring the hero killer up, Toshi. 𝐒𝐮𝐻, Nezu. What brings you here? Nezu, well, you see, some of our students heard about 𝐶𝐮 this morning. And I was just informed that 𝐶𝐮 has been arrested. 𝐒𝐮𝐻, W. Really? How? Nezu, yes. Killer Queen caught him. It's a good thing too. Apparently he'd been staking out the routes our students take. We really owe Killer Queen a great deal. 𝐒𝐮𝐻, do you know why he was stalking our students? Nezu, we're not sure. The popular theory is without his arm he couldn't hunt heroes anymore. So he was going to attack Hero Corps students. The other theory is someone hired him to kill someone. We're hoping now that he's captured we can find his hideout. If he was hired, evidence of who hired him should be there. 𝐒𝐮𝐻, that's horrible. It's a good thing he was caught then. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, it also means you don't have an excuse to keep 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵 from hanging out with us. 𝐒𝐮𝐻, true, so if you deal win I'll allow it. Please do your best. It would be good for 𝐒𝐮𝐵. Let's find out which team you'll be facing. Looks like you two will be the heroes against 𝐵akugo and Iida. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵, be 𝐵akugo. 𝐵akugo, looks like I've got an easy win. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, you keep thinking that it'll make winning all the better. 𝐵akugo, big talk, we'll see if you can back it up. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, don't worry 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵. I won't let that JRK touch you. I promised Kira I'd help you. And I promise you I'll keep you safe, okay? 𝐒𝐮𝐵, WI. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, because you're my friend, silly. Besides, heroes are supposed to help people in need, right? 𝐒𝐮𝐵, alright. I'll do my best. But I'm scared of 𝐵akugo. 𝐀𝐮𝐽𝐽, hey, it's okay. He's a loudmouth. It doesn't surprise me he scares you. 𝐒𝐮𝐵, it's a naughty. 𝐀𝐮𝐽𝐽, then what is it? 𝐒𝐮𝐵, 𝐵akugo be bullied and in my brother. 𝐀𝐮𝐽𝐽, what? That worthless JRK. Don't you worry 𝐒𝐮𝐵, I'm even more determined to keep him away from you. He'll have to go through me to get to you. We need to talk strategy though. If we don't have a plan we'll be in trouble. I have enhanced hearing with my quirks, so finding where they are isn't an issue. We'll be in trouble if Iida fights us in a hallway. It'll be hard to dodge his kicks without enough room. 𝐒𝐮𝐵, Iida will be guarding the B-bomb. There's no WA 𝐵akugo W would sit around and W8. 𝐀𝐮𝐽𝐽, great. That means we can deal with him by himself. How does your quirk work, 𝐒𝐮𝐵? 𝐒𝐮𝐵, my quirk is called 𝐿𝐿. Can I increase my strength and D defense using P psychic P powers, B but my mental H health A affects H how strong it is. Can I imagine H how W weak it is. 𝐀𝐮𝐽𝐽, don't say that 𝐒𝐮𝐵. I can't imagine how rough you have it, but you're still standing. There's nothing weak about you. 𝐒𝐮𝐵, 𝐀𝐮𝐽𝐽. Crying thank you. IIW want to tell you a secret. IIC can you use my Q quirk to strengthen other people too. 𝐀𝐮𝐽𝐽, that's so cool 𝐒𝐮𝐵. You've got an awesome quirk. Don't worry, I won't tell anyone and I won't pry. I know you have your reasons. I don't want to put any more pressure on you. 𝐒𝐮𝐵, thanks 𝐀𝐮𝐽𝐽. I'll buff you the best I can. 𝐀𝐮𝐽𝐽, that would be great. 𝐵akugo won't stand a chance against both of us. 𝐒𝐮𝐵, why? And maybe IC can get some payback for Izuku. 𝐀𝐮𝐽𝐽, if that's what you want, we'll beat him by knockout. And we'll get enough payback for you and your brother. 𝐒𝐮𝐵, IIW would like that. 𝐀𝐮𝐽𝐽, then that's the plan. We'll work together and plow right over them. They won't stand a chance alone. 𝐒𝐮𝐵, why? 𝐒𝐻, Alright villains, head in and hide your bomb. 𝐒𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, finally. Come on 4 eyes, get a move on. 𝐬𝐮, 4 eyes. How rude. We're supposed to be working together during this class. Is that any way to treat your partner? 𝐒𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, shut up 4 eyes. You're not my partner. I don't need any help. Especially against that crybaby and ear freak. You're babysitting the bomb while I send those extras to the infirmary. 𝐬𝐮, how vulgar. You are a disgrace to you, and heroes everywhere. How such a villainous thug ever got into you? Hero course is beyond me. I'm sure you cheated somehow. 𝐒𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, what did you say about me, you stuck-up extra? You and the rest of these losers are nothing compared to me. I'll blow you to bits first if I have to. 𝐬𝐮, I have no doubt you mean that. And that is exactly why you're not fit to be a hero. I'll guard the bomb only so I don't have to see you. I can't wait to hear how badly you lost. 𝐒𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, well, you better take a nap. Because the only place you'll see me lose is in your dreams. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, I've never seen someone I could hate so bad. We're crushing him, 𝐒𝐮𝐻𝐵. 𝐒𝐮𝐻𝐵, why? IIW won't let him get AOAW with 𝐒𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 freak 𝐀𝐮_𝐭𝐡𝐨. Kirishima, dang, that was so unmanly. 𝐬𝐮's right, how'd someone like him get in you? Momo, sadly we were only tested on intelligence and combat, not personality flaws. Are you two going to be okay? 𝐀𝐮, don't worry about us, we've got this. 𝐒𝐮𝐵, and to then 𝐒𝐮 hang out together. I can't wait. 𝐀𝐮, you bet 𝐒𝐮𝐵. We're going to have a blast. Kira's great. And you can thank him for the tea yourself. 𝐒𝐮𝐵, let's go get in P position. All Might. Heroes, you're free to enter, good luck. 𝐀𝐮, first let's find out where they are. 𝐀𝐮 put her ear jack in the wall listening for any sound. 𝐀𝐮, 𝐬𝐮's on the 3rd floor. That's where the bomb will be. Bakago's waiting on the stairs to the 2nd floor. 𝐒𝐮𝐵, great. We won't have T to W wait to see crush him. 𝐀𝐮, you got that right. Let's go. Come on out, Bakago, we know you're hiding around that corner like a rat. 𝐒𝐮𝐵, yet T2's scared to fight us head on Bakago. 𝐒𝐮𝐵, what did you call me? I was going to just knock you two out. But now I'll be sure to leave scars. Making you both uglier. Bakago flew at 𝐀𝐮 and 𝐒𝐮𝐵 using explosions to fly. Once he was in range, he pulled his fist back for a right hook. 𝐒𝐮𝐵 was waiting for this. She'd seen it far too many times not to know Bakago's opening. 𝐒𝐮𝐵, enhancing her speed and strength, jumped towards Bakago. She grabbed his arm while kneeing his shoulder. A horrible crunching pop echoed through the hallway. Bakago, arg. Why, you broke my shoulder. You're dead. 𝐒𝐮𝐵, 𝐀𝐮. 𝐀𝐮, I'm on it. 𝐀𝐮, powered up by 𝐒𝐮𝐵's quirk, kicked Bakago in the ribs, sending him into the wall. Bakago, coughing in my ribs. Dang it. This isn't happening. I'm the best. 𝐒𝐮𝐵, this is payback for Izuku. Let's finish him, 𝐀𝐮. 𝐀𝐮, you got it. Counterbalance. 𝐀𝐮 inserted her ear jacks into the speaker in her boots, sending powerful sound waves crashing into Bakago. The blast left Bakago hanging in the wall, unconscious and bleeding from his ears, eyes, and mouth. 𝐒𝐮𝐵, we did it. 𝐀𝐮, we actually did it. 𝐀𝐮, of course we did. Let's go get 𝐬𝐮 and win this. 𝐒𝐮𝐵, but first there's something I have to do. 𝐒𝐮𝐵 pulled Bakago out of the wall, then let him hit the ground. 𝐀𝐮, why'd you do that? 𝐒𝐮𝐵, Bakago's is so arrogant. If we left him in the W wall, he'd say he was still standing. I want this to be a total V victory against him. 𝐀𝐮, well, you got it. And we've got plenty of time left. But we still need to hurry. 𝐬𝐮 won't be so easy. 𝐒𝐮𝐵, let's go. Kirishima, man, that was brutal. Kaminari, yeah, but that JRK totally deserved it. Mina, man, Jiro's on fire. She really wants to impress Kira Yayarozu. Momo, indeed she does, but she also truly wants to help 𝐒𝐮𝐵 too. Uraraka, I am glad I'm not fighting Jiro. Her and 𝐒𝐮𝐵 are scary when they're serious. Toru, ditto. Tsu, there's still a chance you'll have to fight them in a later class, Karo. Uraraka, Tsu. Don't jinx it. Momo, they've made it to 𝐬𝐮. 𝐀𝐮, Bakugo's out cold 𝐻𝐿. You don't stand a chance. 𝐻𝐿, that is correct. 𝐼𝐮𝐵, 𝐻𝐿. Without a partner I'm doomed to failure against your teamwork. Loath as I am to admit it, Bakugo was most likely the better fighter between us. As such I surrender. I have no reason to try and avenge him. I hope you gave him what he deserved though. 𝐼𝐮𝐵, and not enough F for everything he's done, but a good start. 𝐻𝐿, wonderful, go ahead and wrap the capture tape around me please. 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, sure thing. All Might, Hero team wins. Come on back. 𝐼𝐮𝐵, WereLich with 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 the G girls and now alright dad. P please. All Might, sure 𝐼𝐮𝐵. I'm sorry for always keeping you close. I couldn't bear losing you too. But you're a fine young woman now. And you have wonderful friends. I know you'll be fine. Just be careful please. 𝐼𝐮𝐵, I will. All Might, good, that's all I ask. 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, great. Where do you want to meet up at 𝐼𝐮𝐵? 𝐼𝐮𝐵, how about you? 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, that works for me. We'll see you in the morning then. Later that day Aizawa, Nezu was at Wise letting Yagi know Stain was captured. Nezu, yes, I learned quite a bit from it. The Hero Association really was keeping Stain's sightings under wraps. They were keeping it hidden from all heroes including the Yagis. Aizawa. That ret. Did Yagi get Stain to target our students? Sorry, no offense Nezu. Nezu, I'm not offended Aizawa, I'm a mouse. We're far more civilized than rats. Anyways, I believe so. Aizawa, was he after the girls or maybe Todoroki? Or both? Nezu, those are the most likely targets, but I can't help but worry the real target may have been 𝐼𝐮𝐵. Aizawa, what? Does he honestly think he could get away with murdering his own daughter? Nezu, remember Aizawa. As far as he knows he's already gotten away with killing his child. Aizawa, dang it, you're right. We're running out of time Nezu. Nezu, I know. Sadly there's not much we can do about it. Aizawa, if only Tsukachi were still alive. His lie detector quirk would be invaluable. That's probably why he's dead though. Nezu, I know. I could be next. Aizawa, don't talk like that Nezu. We need you. Nezu, sorry. It all just weighs so heavy on me. Knowing the truth but not being able to do anything. I understand why Killer Queen enjoys being a vigilante. It makes things so much easier. I truly enjoy our time at his cafe. It's like all the troubles you carry go away there. It'll be great for 𝐼𝐮𝐵. I'm sure of that. Aizawa, I agree completely. Deep exhale Nezu, should we forget about getting Kira in you? Ask him for help proving Yagi guilty. Nezu, I wish we could. But we can't. Like I said, it's so much easier being a vigilante. If he even would admit he's Killer Queen, there's no way the Hero Association wouldn't try to arrest him. Enrolling in you is the only way he can keep protecting people if his identity is found out. But I'd like to think he's already helping us. He really saved us catching Stain after all. It won't surprise me a bit if he's the one who'll make Toshi pay for his crimes. And I'm fine with that. Until then I'll keep working my hardest to get justice for the Yagi's victims. Aizawa, what the hell is he doing here? Yagi, so this is the Killer Queen Cafe I've heard so much about. Kira, I'm going to have to ask you to leave, sir. Yagi, what? But Kira, 2 reasons. 1, a friend I have complete confidence in is bringing her friend here today. She's under far too much stress as is. She doesn't need to be worried about a skeleton with a fake beard and mustache on. You're far too suspicious and honestly creepy for anyone to relax and enjoy themselves. 2, if you raised your hair up, it's the same as All Mights. We have a strict no All Might or 𝐮𝐶𝐷 policy. Yagi, you can't make me leave because of how I look. Kira, I most certainly can. If you paid attention to the sign there, you'd realize you threw any rights you had away. Read it out loud, please. Yagi, by entering this cafe you give the owner permission to treat you as he or she deems necessary. The decision to let any patron stay is the owner's right. Arguing or refusal to comply with the owner are grounds to be removed from the cafe. If you are asked to leave but refuse, the owner has the right to use force to remove you from the cafe. If you refuse to comply peacefully and are removed by force, you cannot seek legal restitution. That's insane. There's no way this is legal. Kira, I got a lawyer to make that rule. So yes it is. Yagi, it's ridiculous. Why should it matter if my hair's similar to the number one hero anyways? He's very popular. Kira, what grave did you crawl out of to believe that? The public doesn't even consider him the number one hero. As far as the public is concerned, Endeavor is the number one hero. Now this is your last warning. If you don't leave right now, I will knock you out and throw you in that dumpster across the street. Yagi, I'd like to see you try, kid. Kira, my pleasure. Kira then slugged Yagi right where his scar was. Yagi collapsed to his knees, coughing up blood. Kira then hit Yagi 𝗧𝗱𝗘 on the back of his head, knocking him out. He then dragged Yagi outside and across the street. Once there, he threw Yagi in a dumpster. After that, he returned to the cafe and cleaned up the mess. Kyoka, Kira, why'd we see you throw someone in a dumpster? Kira, you saw that. That skeleton was too weird for your friend or anyone else to relax. I asked him to leave, but he refused. So I made him leave. At any rate, this lovely lady must be your friend, right? Kyoka, yep, this is 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵. I told you I'd bring her. Kira, that you did. Hello, Miss 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵. My name is 𝗧𝗜𝗧𝗟𝗘 Kira. Hope I didn't spook you throwing out some trash. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵, and no you didn't. Thanks for looking out for me. Like Kyoka said, my name's 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵, thank you for all the tea. Kira, oh, you don't need to thank me for that. I'm just glad it helped. Now then, you just relax and take it easy. This cafe is my own little kingdom, where my word is law. I won't let anyone ask you any uncomfortable questions about your family or anything. You hear that, slaves? Aizawa, you're referring to us, aren't you? Don't worry, 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵, we're here to relax just like you. Nezu, indeed, forget about all your troubles. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵, okay, thanks. Oh, 𝗀𝗱𝗃, I didn't see you there. It's good to see your family again. It's been too long. Enji, it's good to see you as well, 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵. Toya, hey 𝐒𝐮𝐵, long time no see. 𝗀𝗱𝗃's real happy to be in the same class as you. 𝗀𝗱𝗃, Titoy. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵, I am too. Kyoka, what are you doing on your phone, Kira? Kira, oh, nothing much. Nezu's phone suddenly beeped with a notification. Nezu's phone, Killer Cafe owner posted a message. Hey, my fellow Killer Queen fans. I got to throw out another filthy All Might fan today. Kira, oh, I didn't know you followed me. Nezu, when did you join the Killer Queen blog? Nezu, after you told me about Killer Queen 𝐶𝐵 712. I saw the name and knew it was you. Kyoka, so you post whenever you throw someone out. Kira, only when they're All Might or 𝗏𝗡𝗏 fans. Would you like your usual tea, Miss 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵? 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵, yes please. It really makes me feel better. What's in it, if you don't mind me asking? Kira, no trouble at all. It's a specialty blend I put together for extreme stress and anxiety. It's not even on the menu. It's mainly a herbal tea made with chamomile, lavender and Piper methysticum, more commonly known as 𝐾𝐻. Instead of steeping the herbs in boiling water, I used fruit juice. You can heat fruit juice up like a tea by itself, and it's really relaxing. For your tea, I went with orange juice. Stress can weaken your immune system, and the orange juice provides some extra vitamin C. I then sweeten it with some honey. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵, that sounds like a lot of extra work. I'm sorry you've been having to make it for me so often. If it helps you, then it's no trouble at all. Nezu, could I please try some as well since it's not on the menu? Kira, the chamomile and lavender are simple enough to get, but 𝐾𝐻 is more annoying to find for tea. I have a limited supply and I want to be able to make 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵 as much as she wants. Nezu, what if I pay 10,000 yen for one? Author here, I believe that's roughly $100. Kira, you really do have a problem, you know that, right? Fine, 1 cup. Oh, good grief. Aizawa, why do you look upset? Aizawa, Nezu's getting a special blend that's not on the menu. Kira, I swear you two are like little children. Aizawa, I'll pay the same for something special. Kira, I'll make you an herbal coffee, happy now. And just so yours isn't different, I'll use orange juice too. I'll just put everything in a percolator and you can drink the abomination without telling me how it tastes. Aizawa, deal. Kira, I truly worry about you too sometimes. Kyoka, haha, I guess this is why you made that tea in the first place, huh? Kira, pretty much. I'll get the rest of your order in a couple of minutes. Here you go, 𝐒𝐮𝐵, enjoy. 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐵, thank you. Here, Hobo and Mouse try not to die. Nezu and 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴, thanks. 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐵, I'm really glad I could be here. This has been so fun. Here, you're welcome here anytime. Here's your special Miss Jiro. Kyoka, thanks, I can't wait to see what you give me. Kira, don't worry, I'm sure you'll like it. Kyoka, I know I will. Ha, is your neck sore, 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐵? 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐵, ha, yeah, but this tea's helping me calm down. Kira, oh you poor dear, let me see if I can help. Kira gets behind 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐵 and starts working on her stressed muscles. 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐵, ah tea that feels good. Kyoka, you know how to give massages, Kira? Kira, yep, like I've said, I like helping people. Reducing 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐵's stress levels will help with the soreness and tension, but this gives immediate relief. They're all done, feel better. 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐵, Kira, good, here's another tea. You take it easy and relax. 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐵, thanks. Kyoka was right. You're really nice, Kira. You remind me of my brother. Kira, well, I'd be honored to have a cute little sister like you. 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐵, what, no fair. I was the older one. Kira, I run my own cafe. 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐵, fine. Haha, this is nice. It's just like I'm with family that cares. 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐵 couldn't keep her eyes open any longer. She drifted off to sleep. Kira, that's what I like to see. You know, you make people feel at home and safe if they can fall asleep so easy. Kira picked 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐵 up and laid her gently in a booth. He then went and got a blanket and pillow for her. Kira, there, now you're more comfortable. Kyoka, you're really kind, Kira. Kira, thank you for the compliment, Jiro. Toya, now's your chance, Sho. You better ask him now. Shoto, Toya. Fine. Kira, can I ask you a question? Kira, sure, go right ahead. Shoto, did you like 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐵? Kira, I see where this is going. Shoto, why you do? Kira, I do care for her, but it's truly a brother's love. I'm not romantically interested in 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐵. And as her new brother, you have my permission to date 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐵. After all, you both deserve to be happy. Shoto's sense of relief was quickly replaced by embarrassment. His face was hot as a fire. Toya, haha, good for you, Sho. Now you just need to work up the courage to ask her. Shoto, Titoy. Kira, haha, this is what makes running a cafe worthwhile. Great, Nezu and 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴 are out cold too. Maybe I can play some. It's been too long. Kira goes to his electric guitar and plays 𝐾𝐿R, and another one bites the dust. Kyoka, wow. Kira sounds amazing. Kyoka was mesmerized by Kira's singing and music. Sue, hey Shoto, you knew 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐵's brother, right? She brings him up often and I wanted to know more about him. I'm worried asking her will make her uncomfortable though. Could you tell me about him? Shoto, yeah, Izuku was my best friend. We were more like brothers, really. You could always depend on him, and he was so kind to everyone. Mina, sounds like a great guy. Shoto, he was. Mina, so you have a crush on 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐵, huh? Shoto, why? Mina, that's great. She needs someone she can depend on. So hurry up and ask her out. Shoto, I want to, but things are complicated. Toru, give him some slack, Mina. Sue, 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐵's parents wouldn't let her Karo. Mina, yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry, Shoto. Shoto, you don't have to apologize. I'd love to be able to. 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐵, yawning, love to do what Sho. Shoto, 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐵, how long have you been awake? 𝐻𝐮𝐬𝐵, I just woke up, I think. But Shoto, and no reason, you just need all the rest you can get. Hey, isn't Kira a great guitar player? 𝐻𝐮𝐵, yeah, he really is. He's done. Man, if I didn't fall asleep I could have heard all of his playing. Kira, oh, you're awake, 𝐻𝐮𝐵, did you rest well? 𝐻𝐮𝐵, I sure did. Can I ask you about 𝐾𝐿R? Kira, you sure can, and I better be able to answer any questions since I run a 𝐾𝐿R themed cafe. 𝐻𝐮𝐵, do you know why nobody can catch 𝐾𝐿R? Kira, well, there are different answers depending on who's around. If Endeavor was close enough to hear 𝐾𝐿R's music, he'd say, oh, there's 𝐾𝐿R making Japan safe, and he'd go about his business. That's how 𝐾𝐿R's fans respond. Then you have the I'll go catch that vigilante kind that head towards the music only to find out it's not 𝐾𝐿R. After several false runs they give up. Then you have the one who actually confront 𝐾𝐿R. The thing is, 𝐾𝐿R has a bit of a quirky personality. He's getting his 8 hours of sleep regardless. And he plans his days to get so much done. He won't hesitate to blast anyone who gets in his way. So this last kind typically gets sent to the hospital. Nobody cares though, they just say you shouldn't have been protecting villains or something. His odd behavior is one of the reasons he's so popular. He's very much human. So people can relate to him. Izumi, how can he get the drop on villains when he's making so much noise? Kira, that's an easy question. They're all under Killer Queen's spell. Momo, spell. Kira, yep, you hear the music, Killer Queen must be there. That's what villains think. But what they often forget in their panic is you can leave a boombox laying around. They associate the music with Killer Queen, so they believe where the music's coming from, that's where Killer Queen is. He then just has to circle around them and blast them, and because they're on high alert because of the music, they call all their thugs to one spot. Izumi, wow. That makes it sound so easy. Kyoka, Killer Queen's just the coolest. Kira, of course he can also just leave his boombox to throw heroes off his trail too. Izumi, and with so many people playing his songs you never know if it's really him, that's so cool. Uraraka, hey Kira, can I ask you a question? Kira, sure. Uraraka, well you sent me a paper saying they've finished building their dorms. It's our choice if we use them. Do you think I should stay at the dorms? Kira, well that just depends on your situation. If going back and forth from home is working well, then you might not want to. Of course, always being on you. Property would be extremely convenient. You could get some extra sleep or have a better breakfast. I can't really tell you what would be best for you. Izumi, I wish I could stay at them. Nezu, it's also for the safety of our students. Having a murderer stalking our students was a nightmare. Kira, oh that reminds me. I think there was a special on 𝐶𝐻 today. Shoot, it already started. Newswoman, that was the history of the hero killer 𝐶𝐻. Thankfully he was captured by Killer Queen. What we're about to go over now has never been released to the public. Killer Queen left a note stating that all of 𝐶𝐻's victims had something else in common other than being heroes. After much digging, our reporters did find another connection between the victims. All of 𝐶𝐻's victims were very vocal that another investigation needed to be made against All Might for the field trip massacre. They claimed that they had evidence that the investigation was a joke and corrupt cover-up. The only surviving victim told us that all the suspects from their independent investigation have all vanished. He suspects foul play. A representative of the Hero Association was also here earlier, trying to prevent this information from becoming public. Many heroes have been vocal that the Hero Association is corrupt. The Hero Association has blamed the increase in vigilante activity on Killer Queen. However, many heroes claim the increased numbers are because of the Hero Association itself. They claim that many of the new vigilantes are in fact pro-heroes who are sick of the Hero Association's wrongdoings. One thing's for certain, these are troubling times, and I would not want to be working for the Hero Association. Nezu, they don't ever learn, do they? Kira, nope, doesn't seem like it. Shoot, it's almost closing time. I gotta get Jiro's gift. I'll be right back. Mina, so Jiro, when are you going to ask Kira out? Kyoka, Ishido. Please don't start. Momo, Ishido, why are you constantly meddling in other people's relationships? Mina, what? You heard what Kira said, you both deserve to be happy. Besides, it's fun. Kyoka, that was not for me. Ishido. Kira, I'm back, sorry for the wait, is something wrong? Izumi, nope, just Mina being Mina. Kira, well here you go Jiro. Kyoka, this is Killer Queen's suit. And the material feels so nice. This has got to be expensive. Kira, seriously, this isn't going to hurt you, is it? You should keep it if it is. Kira, I have several. Jiro, don't worry about a thing, besides I made 20,000 today for 2 drinks. You're a precious friend and fellow Killer Queen fan, I seriously want you to have it. And anything else I give you, okay? Kyoka, Kira. If it means that much to you, of course I'll accept it. Thank you so much. This is so cool. Momo, you would have died if he kept it, wouldn't you, Kyoka? Kyoka, I could handle it. I think. Chio, there you are. Nezu. I've been looking for you. Nezu, what for? Chio, Toshi came to me to get healed. Someone got a lucky shot and hit him right in his old wound. They even broke some of his ribs. Nezu, yes, I actually saw that happen. Chio, so you already knew. Nezu, Yes, it was a 15-year-old. Chio, are you sure? Nezu, yes, I'm certain. Why? Chio, Toshi had a fist-shaped bruise on him. It looked too big to be a 15-year-old's fist. Also, I'm pretty sure. They were wearing studded gloves or something similar. Nezu, that can't be right. Kira was bare-handed when he hit Toshi. As far as Kira's size goes, he's on the small side. Are you sure about that? Chio, I'm positive. Nezu. Nezu, I just don't understand. That can't be right. Thank you for telling me though, Chio. Chio, anytime. Nezu. Later that day at the Yagi's home. Inko, did you have fun this morning? Izumi. Izumi, why yes I did. Toshi, that's good to hear, dear. I want to apologize to you, Izumi. I know I haven't been the best dad to you. Losing Izuku was the worst thing that's ever happened to me. I regret being so HRD on him. I wanted to give him one for all. I knew he'd have to be strong enough to handle it. That's why I was so rough with him. I'm so sorry, Izumi. You were incredible during your heroics class. I've decided I want you to be the next successor of One for All. You'll accept it, won't you? Izumi, 𝐼𝐹YUWANMET2IIWIL. Toshi, wonderful. Here, eat this hair. You should be able to use One for All tomorrow. Izumi, okay. Izumi slowly and reluctantly takes and eats the hair. Inko, I'm so proud of you, Izumi. Izumi, thanks dad. I'm going to be bed early today. Good night. Inko, good night, dear. Toshi, good night, dear. Izumi went to her room and shut the door. She then broke down crying. Izumi, liars. You never cared for Izuku. But why do I have to have your quirk? This doesn't change anything. I know. I'll take my life in my own hands. I'll give One for All to a real hero. I'm too much of a coward to keep it. I never stood up to my parents. I'm pathetic. Izumi started writing a letter before she went to bed. She finally was going against her parents. It felt like a weight was lifted. The next morning. Kyoka, are you okay, Izumi? You're spacing out a lot. Izumi, what really? Sorry, I just have a lot on my mind, that's all. Kyoka, okay, I don't want to pry, but if I can help you, just let me know. Izumi, I will, thanks. The girls head into the Killer Queen Cafe. Kira, welcome back, girls. Oh, Izumi, you poor dear. Your fun day was ruined when you got home, wasn't it? Come here, everything is going to be okay. Kira pulled Izumi into a hug. Everyone was confused by what Kira said. Izumi looked like her usual self, but while receiving the hug she broke down crying. Izumi, how did you know? Kira, a brother just knows when their cute little sister is having a bad day. Have a seat, I'll get you your tea. Izumi, okay. Everyone wanted to ask Izumi what happened. It was only natural to worry about a friend, but they didn't want to make her feel worse or put her in danger. Kira, here you go, Izumi. Izumi, thanks. After Kira got everyone's orders, his phone started ringing. Kira, hello. What? Okay, yeah, I can be there in a bit. Bye. Aizawa, Nezu, I need you two to watch the cafe for me. Something's come up I have to deal with. Aizawa, okay, we can do that for you. Nezu, yes, that won't be a problem. Kira, thanks, I hopefully won't be too long. Don't put any more stress on Izumi just because I'm not here, got it? Nezu, you have my word. Kira, thanks. Kira immediately left. He didn't even change out of his work clothes. Kyoka, I hope everything's okay. Izumi, me too. Nezu, Aizawa-sensei. I'm sorry. Aizawa, what for? Izumi? You haven't done anything wrong. Izumi, I can't help you arrest mom and dad. I know they're both murderers, but I've never heard them talk about it. I don't know why they've never let me out of their sight. I'm so sorry. I wish I could help, I really do. Nezu, I believe you, Izumi. They didn't hurt you, did they? Izumi, no, I wish they did so I could tell you. Kyoka, don't say that, Izumi. Nothing's worth you getting hurt for. Mina, yeah, you're our friend. We don't want to see you hurt. Izumi, but... Tsu, no buts, Karo. Everything is going to work out. Uraraka, that's right. Toru, please try to cheer up. Izumi, thank you all for caring so much for me. Kyoka, hey, would it cheer you up if I played some on Kira's guitar? Izumi, I don't want you to get in trouble over me. Kyoka, Kira wouldn't mind you and I both know that. Izumi, Okay, sure, but if Kira does get mad, it's my fault, okay? 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, he won't, so that's fine. I'm better on bass, so go easy on me. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 started playing several different songs. 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐲, wow, 𝐀𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 is good too. After a couple hours, Kira returned. Kira, sorry that took longer than I expected. Thanks for looking after my cafe, you too. There wasn't any trouble, was there? Nezu, no trouble at all, Kira. Did you resolve whatever came up on your end? Kira, yes I did, thanks for asking. 𝐀𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, hey Kira, I hope you don't mind, but I played your guitar for 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐲. 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐲, if you're mad please blame me, not 𝐀𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. Kira, now why would I get mad having an appealing girl play my guitar for my dear little sister? Thanks 𝐀𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, I'm sure you were wonderful. You'll have to play again sometime when I can hear you. 𝐀𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐴, giggles sure thing Kira. 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐲's phone started ringing. 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐲, oh no, it's my mom. Please don't make me leave. Hello. 𝐴𝐻 the C Cafe W. What are really? YST, that's F fine W with ME. Okay, be bye. Yes. 𝐀𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, what happened to 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐲? 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐦𝐚𝐫𝐲, my house blew up. She said I could stay at the dorms. I'm so happy. Nezu, your house blew up. Nezu and 𝐒𝐮𝐲 both eyed Kira. There was no doubt in their minds that was what Kira left to do. 𝐬𝐮, should you really be happy about that, Caro? 𝐸𝐴RICA, yeah, didn't you lose all your stuff? 𝐒𝐮𝐦𝐴, I don't care about that, I'm finally free. That's all that matters. Kira, I'm glad everything worked out in your favor, 𝐒𝐮𝐴. 𝐒𝐮𝐴, me too. Can I leave with you, 𝐒𝐻𝐵? 𝐒𝐻𝐵, of course 𝐒𝐮𝐴. I'll take you to the dorms. Kira, sorry I wasn't here today, everyone. If you can wait a bit, 𝐀𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, I'll get your gift. 𝐀𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, sure Kira, I can wait. 𝐒𝐮𝐴, that's perfect. Here 𝐀𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐴, I wanted to give this to you and Kira. Please read it when it's just the two of you. 𝐀𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐴, sure. 𝐒𝐮𝐴, is everything okay? 𝐒𝐮𝐴, yeah, you'll understand after you read the letter. Please don't be mad at me. 𝐒𝐮𝐴 then left quickly before 𝐀𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐴 could ask why'd she be mad at her. Everyone else then left, leaving Kira and 𝐀𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐴 alone. Kira, well, might as well read that letter. 𝐀𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐴 opened the envelope. Inside it was a letter and what looked like a hair in a small plastic bag. 𝐒𝐮𝐴's letter. Hello 𝐀𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐴. I want to tell you a secret. Dad's quirk is called One for All. It's a quirk that can be given to others. He's the 8th holder of One for All. It's a power stockpiling quirk that grows stronger each new heir. He gave it to me today, but I can't keep it. One for All's supposed to be wielded by a true hero. I never stood up against my parents. I'm a coward, I can't be the 9th holder. You're the most heroic person I know, 𝐀𝐻𝐽𝐡𝐴. You risked your own life for me, standing up against my dad in front of everyone. I could never do that. That's why I want to give One for All to you. You have to take some of my DNA to receive it. That's why there's a hair with this letter. If you eat it, you'll have One for All. If you don't want it, I don't blame you. See if Kira would take it. Someone as kind as him would also be a great successor. I know I'm pushing this on you, please forgive me. 𝐀𝐻𝐭𝐡𝐴, poor 𝐒𝐮𝐴, so that's what was bothering her this morning. Kira, I'd say so. I personally don't want that quirk. Someone who's quirkless suddenly having super strength, it would be obvious what 𝐒𝐮𝐴 did. I believe her parents wouldn't hesitate to kill her. What will you do, 𝐀𝐻𝐽𝐡𝐴? I also agree with 𝐒𝐮𝐴 that you're an excellent hero for this quirk. 𝐀𝐻𝐽𝐡𝐴, I'm not sure. I don't understand what you two see in me. I don't think I'm that great a person. But I do trust and believe both of you. I want to help 𝐒𝐮𝐴 too. Do you think her parents will find out if I take it? Kira, 𝐒𝐮𝐴's quirk already functions similar to One for All from what I understand. She could easily fake having it if she had to. As long as you're careful, they shouldn't find out. 𝐒𝐮𝐴 should be safe. Besides, with that quirk you really could protect her and anyone else you wanted to. 𝐀𝐻𝐽𝐡𝐴, then I'll take it. I won't let 𝐒𝐮𝐴 down. Kira, do you need a drink? 𝐀𝐻𝐽𝐡𝐴, I forgot that part, please. 𝐀𝐻𝐽𝐡𝐴 ate the hair. 𝐀𝐻𝐽𝐡𝐴, I don't feel any different. Kira, I'd imagine you'll have to digest the hair first. Later today or in the morning you should feel a difference. Once you do, be careful not to use it full force. All Might can throw a punch with enough force to level a street. If 𝐒𝐮𝐴's right about it growing stronger, you can do even more. Your body might have to be able to handle all that power, so be careful, it could hurt you. 𝐀𝐻𝐽𝐡𝐴, thanks for the warning, Kira. What should I do now? Kira, maybe go to you and let 𝐒𝐮𝐴 know you're not mad at her. This quirk is now yours. If you want, you could tell 𝐒𝐮𝐴 and Nezu about it. With any luck, one of them might already know about it. Regardless if they know about, I'm sure they can give you some advice on both how to use it and keeping 𝐒𝐮𝐴's parents from finding out. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, okay, that sounds good, I'll ask them. See you tomorrow, Kira. Kira, don't you want your gift? 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, I forgot about it. What is it? Kira, I think you already know, let's go get it. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, I can come with you. Kira, if you want to. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, sure. Kira, then follow me. Kira led 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 up to his apartment. It was full of Killer Queen items and drawings. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, wow, you really do have a ton of Killer Queen stuff. Kira, yep, some would say I have a problem, huh? Anyways, here you go, one boombox. Same brand and style Killer Queen uses himself. Plus some pay for playing for my customers. I really appreciate it. If you ever need some spending money, I'd hire you in a heartbeat. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, Kira, you don't have to pay me. This boombox is more than enough. Kira, I know, but fair is fair. Those are two separate things. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, thank you, Kira, I really mean that. Do you have a G-girlfriend? Kira's face went deep crimson. Kira, and no, most people don't think highly of quirkless people like me. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, would you be interested in me? I know I'm not much to look at. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, don't say that. You're appealing, please believe me when I say that. I would be honored to date you, 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. It's just I have a couple secrets. If we dated, I couldn't bear hiding anything from you. It won't be long until everyone knows them. I don't want to make you wait though. If you find someone else you like, you have my blessings. But if you're not mad at me, and fine waiting a bit, I would love to date you, 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. Please believe me. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, I do, Kira. I don't understand why we have to wait, but I'm not mad at you. It makes me happy you care enough about me to not want to keep a secret from me. So don't worry, I'll wait as long as it takes. You mean that much to me. But it better be a good reason to keep me waiting. Kira, I assure you it is. I wouldn't make you wait otherwise. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, okay. I need to let 𝐒𝐮𝐴 know what happened. And Nezu and 𝐒𝐮𝐴, I'll see you in the morning, Kira. Kira, I look forward to seeing you again as always. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 went to find 𝐒𝐮𝐴, Nezu and 𝐒𝐮𝐴. 𝐒𝐮𝐴, 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. What are you doing here? 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, I wanted to let you know I'm not mad at you, silly. Thanks for believing in me. I also wanted to let you know I accepted one for all. 𝐒𝐮𝐴, you did. Are you sure you're not mad? 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, of course I'm sure. You're my friend 𝐒𝐮𝐴. Now let's have a little girl talk. Giggles, I worked up enough courage to ask Kira out. 𝐒𝐮𝐴, you did. But what did he say? 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, that he'd love to date me. He has some secrets he wants out in the open before we date though. 𝐒𝐮𝐴, I'm so happy for you, 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. You really are brave. I never could work up the courage to ask the boy I like out. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, is it 𝗪𝗱𝗯? 𝐒𝐮𝐴, yes, is it that obvious? 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, I've got some good news for you. He likes you too. When you fell asleep, he asked Kira if he loved you. Kira told him he loves you like a real sister and gave 𝗪𝗱𝗯 permission to date you. 𝐒𝐮𝐴, what? You're not messing with me, are you? 𝐀𝐮𝐽𝐝, no way. It's the truth. 𝐒𝐮𝐴, wow, thank you so much, 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐝. 𝐀𝐮𝐽𝐝, no problem. Hey 𝐒𝐮𝐴, I've decided since One for All is mine now, I'm going to tell 𝗀𝗧𝗱 and Nezu about it. 𝐒𝐮𝐴, I trust you with my life, 𝐀𝐮𝐽𝐝. If that's what you want, go ahead and do it. Thanks for telling me though. 𝐀𝐮𝐽𝐝, don't worry, I won't let your parents find out. I'm going to go find them. See you later, 𝐒𝐮𝐴. 𝐒𝐮𝐴, see you, 𝐀𝐮𝐽𝐝. 𝐀𝐮𝐽𝐝, hey Principal Nezu 𝐒𝐮𝐴, 𝗀𝗧𝗱, is it safe for us to talk? Nezu, if by safe you mean can we talk about 𝐒𝐮𝐴, then yes it is. Her parents are both trying to figure out how their house blew up. 𝐒𝐮𝐴, did something happen? 𝐀𝐝𝐽𝐝, yeah, 𝐒𝐮𝐴 told me about All Might's quirk. He gave it to her. That's why she was upset this morning. 𝐒𝐮𝐴 gave her his quirk. Is that even possible? Nezu, it is. I'll explain it to you later, 𝐒𝐮𝐴. Was that all you wanted to tell us, Jiro? 𝐀𝐝𝐽𝐝, no, 𝐒𝐮𝐴 gave it to me. Nezu, what? Are you sure? 𝐀𝐝𝐽𝐝, yeah, Kira knows about it too. He's the one who suggested I tell you too. I took it less than an hour ago. I don't feel any different, but Kira said it might take some time. Nezu, I see it is a bit too soon then. I take it you want our help learning how to use one for all without Izumi's parents finding out. Kyoka, please. Nezu, you have our full support, Jiro. Let's go over everything we know and get Aizawa up to speed. Kyoka, okay. Kyoka, I still can't believe I got voted vice president. I understand why Yamamo got class president, but it doesn't feel real yet. Izumi, yeah, I really wanted you to get class president. You're just so heroic, Kyoka. I could have sworn you'd make president. Well, at least Bakugo didn't get either role. We'd be in trouble if that happened. Mina, nobody wants that blowhard to have any say in class. Uraraka, I felt bad for Ida not getting a single vote. He looks really class president-like with the glasses. Sue, I don't think having glasses makes you president material, Uraraka. Toru, bubbly as ever, Uraraka. I bet things would have been fun with you as president. Momo, I agree. Uraraka would definitely make things interesting. Izumi, I want to thank you all again. None of you had to stay at the dorms just to keep me company. Kyoka, for the 100th time, Izumi, it's no big deal. We've all had a lot of fun at the dorms. Mina, especially the sleepovers. Sue, we don't want you by yourself, Izumi Karo. Uraraka, yeah, last night would have been scary with the alarms going off. Toru, I still don't understand how the press got in. Momo, I don't either. Izumi, what do you think we'll be doing at the USJ? Kyoka, rescue works, what Sensei said. Sue, I hope we have some water rescue. Mina, maybe a collapsed building. Uraraka, 13's supposed to be there. I can't wait. Momo, you're a big 13 fan, Uraraka. Uraraka, yeah. 13's my favorite hero. I want this bus to hurry up. Sue, calm down, Uraraka will be there soon. Uraraka, I can't wait though. This is going to be so fun. Kirishima, the girls are as lively as ever. Kaminari, yeah. Aizawa, settle down, we're almost there. Everyone, yes, Sensei. At you, Nezu, thanks for being here today, Enji. I was worried about our rescue training class today. Toshi was supposed to go with them, and he'd be away from campus. I was afraid he might try something. Luckily, he stopped several villains this morning and doesn't have the time to be there. He's currently at the hotel him and Inko are staying at. Enji, it's no problem, Nezu. It's odd though, Toshi should still have a couple hours. Did Kira really hurt him that bad? Nezu, Kira did break Toshi's ribs, but that's not why his time limit has decreased so much. It passed due for you to learn about Toshi's quirk, Enji. Nezu explains one for all to Enji. Enji, so he gave his quirk to Izumi, and Izumi gave it to someone she believed was a true hero. Nezu, yes. I'm sorry I can't tell you who the current holder is, it's not my place to decide who knows. Enji, no, you don't have to apologize, Nezu, I understand. Izumi's life is already in danger since she no longer has one for all. The fewer people who know, the better. If Toshi or Inko find out, both the new holder and Izumi will be in even more danger. If the new holder wants me to know, they'll tell me. Nezu, thank you for being so understanding, Enji. If it's no trouble, could you still stay until the students get back? I still have a bad feeling that Toshi might try something. Enji, I'd be happy to stay, Nezu. Shoto's there after all. I couldn't bear for anything to happen to him. At the USJ Aizawa, we're here. Now calmly exit the bus. 13 is waiting to explain what we'll be doing today. 13, hello everyone. Welcome to the Unforeseen Simulation Joint, or USJ as we call it. Uraraka, yay. It's 13. Izumi, I don't see All Might anywhere. Is he already inside? 13, All Might got tied up with some villains this morning. Unless he comes in late, I don't believe he'll be here today. Izumi, deep exhale, that's good. 13, the point of the USJ is to give all of you experience in a wide variety of rescue scenarios. From natural disasters to burning buildings, you'll get practical first-hand experience from rescue work. Now, before we begin, there are a few points I'd like to go over with you. As I'm sure you all know, my quirk Black Hole is very dangerous. Uraraka, but you use it to save people. 13, that's true, but my quirk could easily kill someone. Some of you also have quirks that could hurt or kill if misused. Something I want all of you to learn today is no matter how dangerous a quirk is, you can still save lives with it. Do you understand? Everyone, yes 𝗀𝗧𝗟. 13, good. Then let's head in and get started. We have a lot to go over, and we're short-staffed currently. 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, wow. This place is huge. Momo, 𝗀𝗧𝗟, what's that? Momo was pointing at a ball of smoke. That started to grow larger. It constantly grew, then several people walked out of it. Shigaraki, we're the League of Villains, and we came here to kill the symbol of peace, All Might. Aizawa, what rock did you crawl out of? All Might hasn't been called the symbol of peace in years. Kurojirai, regardless, All Might was supposed to be here today. Has there been a change in his schedule? Shigaraki, maybe he'll show up if we kill some students. Look out, everybody shut up. Shigaraki, don't you dare talk to me like that. Look out, shut up. I think I hear trouble. The villain put his hands up to his large ears, trying to focus on the sound he kept hearing. Look out, no. I didn't sign up for this. Wispy, send me back now. Kurojirai, you have no right to demand anything from me. Now explain your cowardice. You were fine trying to kill All Might, what could be more challenging than that? Look out, Killer Queen's coming. I hear his music getting louder. He's almost here. Panic spread throughout the villains. Chopper, what? Are you sure? Four-armed zealot, we gotta get out of here. Shigaraki, quiet. Why are you freaking out over a random encounter? You were all so eager to beat the boss. What's wrong with you? Shigaraki's raising, if you could even call it that, left him in a childlike state. He was allowed to do whatever he wanted. If he wanted to do anything as long as he could, it was okay. Shigaraki wasn't an idiot. Kurojirai taught him a great deal, but All for One wanted Shigaraki to be naturally twisted. If you hated something, destroy it. Shigaraki, being a small child, most of his time under All for One's care was kept occupied with video games. Shigaraki became quite the gamer. In this environment, Shigaraki developed something similar to 8th grader syndrome. He saw the world as a video game, one where he was the player, and everyone else was a NPC. His main story quest was simple: surpass his 𝗀𝗧𝗟, the old warrior king. Naturally, in Shigaraki's warped way of thinking, the quickest and simplest way was to beat the final boss his 𝗀𝗧𝗟 lost to. Shigaraki was well aware Killer Queen was the real symbol of peace to the people, but because of how Shigaraki thinks, he couldn't consider Killer Queen anything but a wild encounter when you're walking through the tall grass. He knew Killer Queen was a dangerous threat, but because his mind was twisted just like All for One wanted, he couldn't see how this could be tougher than the final boss. Stitch Giant, I hear the music now too. Just hear. Boom, a large explosion blew a hole in the wall. Once the dust settled, Killer Queen could be seen walking in. Killer Queen, this is not on my schedule for today. I don't have time to play with any of you, so I'll make this quick. Do me a favor and try not to die. Kyoka, it's Killer Queen in the flesh. And he's in extra work mode, so cool. Momo, Kyoka, be careful. If you lean any further you could fall. Kyoka, but I have to watch this. Another one bites. The dust was playing loud on Killer Queen's boombox. Killer Queen pulled out several marbles from his pocket. He started flicking them at the villains one at a time. The speed they flew was unnatural for being flicked with just a thumb. Explosions were going off with the beat of the song. Are you ready? Hey, are you ready for this? Are you hanging on the edge of your seat? Out of the doorway the bullets ripped to the sound of the beat. Yeah, another one bites the dust, boom, another one bites the dust, boom, and another one gone, boom, and another one gone, boom, another one bites the dust, boom, hey, I'm gonna get you too, boom, another one bites the dust, boom. Kyoka, that sounds amazing with real explosions. I wish I could record that. Shigaraki was dumbfounded. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. His little army was wiped out. There was nothing they could have done. Shigaraki didn't care for his men, mind you. They were just there to tire All Might out a bit. Disposable NPCs, that's what Shigaraki thought of them. Shigaraki, Nomu. Kill him. Nomu, bruh. The Nomu charged straight at Killer Queen. A marble hit it in the head, then exploded. The blast didn't seem to faze the Nomu at all. Killer Queen then threw his boombox at the Nomu. A massive explosion sent the beast back a few feet. This time damage was clearly seen, but the cuts and burns quickly healed. Kaminari, that's a whole new level of boombox. Haha Jaya. Kyoka had hit Kaminari with her jacks. Kyoka, don't make stupid jokes about Killer Queen. 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. Oh, seems like you have a potent regeneration quirk, as well as some kind of blunt force resistance quirk. Shigaraki, how did you know Nomu has hyper regeneration and shock absorption? 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. I hit people with explosions all the time. The damage from the force of the blast was nowhere to be seen, but the cuts from the shrapnel and burns were. It was obvious. I don't see why you have to ask. Shigaraki, it doesn't matter that you know. Nomu was engineered to beat All Might. 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, don't make me laugh. This thing would only slow him down. Your real plan was to have your thugs tire All Might as much as they could. Then your pet would keep him still long enough for either your warper to warp half of All Might or let you touch him with your decay quirk. Shigaraki, how? 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, how did I know? You're just that easy to read. Shigaraki was starting to become afraid. This wasn't PvE, but PvP, maybe even with a hacker. He felt like he was taking it easy with a Mario game, then boom, he's in Dark Souls, and the game's decided it's time for you to die. And as always, it doesn't care how unfair or impossible it's going to kill you. Shigaraki, Nomu, hurry up and kill him. The Nomu once again charged 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐴 simply ducked under the Nomu's arm, touched its side, and got some distance. 𝐾𝐮𝐿, you might die from this, but that might honestly be the merciful thing. An intense explosion came from the Nomu. Once the dust cleared, you could see the damage. The Nomu was just a torso with one arm. Its cries of pain filled the air. Its charred flesh was barely regenerating at all. Shigaraki, what did you do? 𝐾𝐮𝐿, I just used a much hotter explosion. The severe burns are naturally harder to heal. Now that your pet's out of the way, I can deal with you. 𝐾𝐮𝐿 shot a marble at Shigaraki, but a portal opened, sending the marble back at 𝐾𝐮𝐿. 𝐾𝐮𝐿 easily grabbed it. 𝗂𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨 was surprised it didn't explode. 𝗂𝐮𝐿, I'm afraid I can't let you harm my 𝐴𝐻𝐿. 𝐾𝐿𝐿, if that's the game you want to play, so be it. 𝐾𝐿𝐿 pulled out several more marbles and started flicking them. Without having to hold his boombox, he was free to use both hands. 𝗂𝐮𝐿 tried to send the marbles back at 𝐾𝐿𝐿, but when one was about to enter a portal, it got struck with another marble, changing its course. This continued until 𝗂𝐮𝐿 and Shigaraki were surrounded by marbles. They didn't move an inch out of fear. 𝐾𝐿𝐿 had one hand raised, pointing straight up, then in a dramatic way brought it down, pointing at 𝗂𝐮𝐿's feet. Shigaraki was hiding behind 𝗂𝐮𝐿 the whole time. 𝐾𝐿𝐿, you're not even worth that. 𝐾𝐿𝐿 then turned around and started to leave, ranting about how long this took and getting 8 hours of sleep. Kyoka, oh my gosh. You're not worth 1 yen finisher. 𝗂𝐮𝐿, 𝗂𝐮𝐿 looked down where 𝐾𝐿𝐿 was pointing and noticed a 1 yen coin. He didn't even know when 𝐾𝐿𝐿 had thrown it. Hesitantly, he picked the coin up. It then exploded. He didn't have time to send the blast away from him and Shigaraki. All he could do was open a portal behind them, that way they would at least be blasted back to their hideout. Kyoka, that was awesome. Mina, I don't know what was more dangerous, the villains or Kyoka's fangirling. Kaminari, Jiro by a long shot. Bakugo, after I catch you they'll have to make me the #1 hero. Bakugo had jumped over the railing using explosions to fly at 𝐾𝐿𝐿. Aizawa, Bakugo. You fool, get back here. Aizawa knew that 𝐾𝐿𝐿 wouldn't hesitate to injure anyone who got in his way. Aizawa activated his quirk on 𝐾𝐿𝐿. 𝐾𝐿𝐿 never looked or paid Bakugo any mind. He just flicked a marble at Bakugo without looking. The marble hit Bakugo in the face and exploded, knocking him out. 𝐾𝐿𝐿 continued on his way, complaining about having to get another boombox. Aizawa, my quirk didn't work. Dang it. 13. I got in contact with Nezu. Recovery girl and the other teachers are on their way. Nezu wants to talk to you now. Aizawa. Aizawa, alright, hand me the phone. Nezu, Aizawa, are the students safe? Aizawa, everyone's fine except for Bakugo. The fool tried to catch 𝐾𝐿𝐿. Listen Nezu, 𝐾𝐿𝐿's going to get another boombox, you understand what that means, right? Nezu, if he goes to Kira's home we've got him. Me and NG will head there immediately. Goodbye and wish us luck. NG, we're leaving. NG, I'd rather make sure Shoto's safe, but I know this is more important. Let's hurry and get this over with so I can see Shoto. NG and Nezu quickly go to Kira's home and wait. They didn't have to wait long until 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 came. 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, I don't have time to talk Nezu, but to make it clear. This 𝐬𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 is 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨. We can talk tomorrow at my cafe, or after you two get out of a hospital, your choice. I'm honestly disappointed you never asked. I would have told you the truth. Before Nezu or 𝐻𝐿 could respond to him, Kira grabbed another boombox, told them to lock up when they leave, and was gone. 𝐻𝐿, well, that just happened. Nezu, all I had to do was ask. This has to be a bad joke, right? Let's go tell 𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐿 what happened and see if he learned anything. 𝐻𝐿, sure, I'll get to check on 𝗪𝗱 that way. At the USJ. Nezu, 𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐿, everything went well enough on our end. What about you? 𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐿, I have more questions than answers. But I'll fill you both in on what I learned. First, my quirk didn't do anything on 𝐾𝐿𝐿. The speed he shoots those marbles made me think he had a strength-enhancing quirk. He also had incredible reflexes. He dodged that monster easy. Nezu, it's just standing there. 𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐿, yeah, it only moved when it was given orders. The thing was made to hold its own against all might. Anyways, we have several intact marbles left. Kirishima was willing to break one to see if it would explode. It just shattered like glass. We'll need a lab to make sure, but I think they're all regular marbles. That and how he just touched that 𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐿 thing and it exploded made me think he has a quirk that can turn whatever he touches into a bomb. That would be 2 different quirks. 3 if he has a quirk that prevents quirks like mine from affecting him. I highly doubt that he has 3 or more quirks. Nezu, what about 𝐵𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐿𝐼? 𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐿, recovery girl did what she could on site. He was sent to the nearest hospital. His life's not in any danger, it was more of a formality. He's got a nasty burn scar covering his eye now though. He could come back to school tomorrow if he wanted. Your turn, what exactly happened on your end? Author here basically 𝐵𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐿 has 𝗪𝗱𝗯's scar. 𝗪𝗱𝗯 doesn't have a scar in this story, by the way. Nezu, that's good to know. He didn't give us a chance to talk. He told us we could talk tomorrow. Or when we got out of a hospital ourselves, if we tried to force the matter. 𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐿, that figures. Well, morning coffee will be interesting if nothing else. Nezu, agreed, I hope things go well. Shigaraki, Mr. When will 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 be back? All for one, I don't know, Tamura. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 took a considerable amount of damage protecting you. He was always far more frail than the other 𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐿. Shigaraki, would you tell me why? All for one, 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 is experimental to say the least. Even though he's technically a high-end 𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐿, his durability is around a normal human's, maybe less. Everything about him is experimental. Unlike our other high-ends, 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫's body belongs to a hero. We had to make a completely new personality for 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. We also twisted and warped that hero's quirk, changing it to 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫's warp gate quirk. It's honestly a miracle he follows orders and functions at all. The doctor is doing the best he can, but 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 is currently unconscious. We don't know when or if he'll wake up. Shigaraki, I just don't understand what happened. We were ready to kill the final boss, but a random encounter wiped our party out. All for one, Tamura, let me try to explain it in a way you'll understand. All Might was the final boss of my game. I failed to defeat him, but time moves on. This is your game now. All Might is just a reappearing boss. He's not your final boss. He's your mid-boss. Your real final boss is 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, and he's very unpredictable. You never know when it's time to fight him. You just had the poor luck to encounter him right out of the starting town. Does that make sense to you? Shigaraki, it does. Thank you, MSTR. Everything makes sense now. I need to level up a lot more before I try again, but he could strike at any time. Dang it. This is hard. When did Hidetaka Miyazaki start making my game? I need to get my real-time strategy games out. There's no way I can solo this mission. Veterancy. I forgot all about that. Those useless NPCs could have been useful if I trained them. Some even had okay quirks. Maybe having the doctor turn them into 𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐿 would have been better. Shoot. The 𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐿. If I actually gave it orders instead of kill him, things might have been different. Well, probably not, but still. Okay, training and good commands. What do I have that gives experience in both those skills? Oh, Pokemon, Digimon, and Final Fantasy would be great. I'll make you proud, MSTR. Shigaraki then left for his room to start his training. All for one, Deep exhale. I wonder if any of my brother's successors needed a translator for their successor. At least I think he's going to improve. Something. At the Killer Queen Cafe. Kira. Opening time. I wonder when Aizawa and Nezu will be here. Looks like someone's already waiting to come in. Kyoka, Kira. You won't believe what happened yesterday. I got to watch Killer Queen in action. It was incredible. Kira, wow. You're so lucky, Kyoka. You girls are here a bit early though, aren't you? It's an odd day when someone beats Aizawa and Nezu here. Izumi, Kyoka couldn't wait to tell you about yesterday. Mina, yes, she was beating on our doors to get ready. Momo, I'm surprised she didn't bust your door down to get in. Kira. Kira, well, you're all here, want your usuals? Girls, yes please. Kira, then I'll get right on it. Here you go. Kyoka, have you ever seen Killer Queen yourself? Kira. Kira, yes and no. Kyoka, what do you mean? Kira, you'll understand once Nezu gets here. Speak of the devil and he'll appear. Good morning Nezu, Aizawa. It's always good to see you too, NG. NG, good morning Kira. I'll have my usual please. Kira, sure thing. What about you too? Nezu, please don't act like nothing happened yesterday. I'll start with something relaxing please. Aizawa, something strong. I'm worried this is going to be a headache. Kira, like I told Nezu yesterday, all you had to do was ask. I know it might seem like I keep being Killer Queen a secret, but the whole fan thing just makes everything simpler, you know. Can you imagine how hectic it would be if a bunch of gawkers were always here? Kyoka, you're Killer Queen. Kira, yes. By the way, all the stuff I gave you I've used myself doing vigilante work. Kyoka, no way. I have a real Killer Queen costume. You said you'd love to date me. Killer Queen wants to date me. This is a dream come true. Kira, yep I sure do. And if everything goes as I planned, we can start tomorrow. Kyoka, really? Kira, really? Nezu, I hate to interrupt, but what plan? Kira, I know you want me in you. Nezu, but I'm not giving up my cafe. Aizawa, don't even talk about closing shop. Kira, it'll be a hassle, but I'll open the cafe up after school. I'm not changing the menu though. At any rate, once word gets out, things will be crazy here. So since I want to ask people not to bombard me here, I want to put on a bit of a show. You're going to pick 3 of your best students that will be my new classmates, and we'll have a fight on live TV. After all, I won't get to do my vigilante work anytime soon, but this way everyone can see Killer Queen in action. Kyoka, I'll get to watch you fight again and then we can date. It'll be the best day ever. Kira, that's the plan. Nezu, I'm fine with that. We'll have a building ready with 3 ways in. They'll all vary in length. Kira, so I'll have a one-on-one fight if I take them out quick enough. I don't need a handicap. Nezu, I'm well aware of that, but it'll look better for your opponents. The people's view on heroes is already low. Kira, I understand. I'll accept those terms. You can surprise me with who my opponents are tomorrow. Aizawa, sure thing. Now what the hell is your quirk? Those were regular marbles you can buy anywhere, and the way you move was well beyond normal human limits. Kira, whom did you hit your head? Aizawa. I already told you I'm quirkless. You even used your own quirk on me, remember? Aizawa, then how did you turn them into bombs? Kira, Killer Queen touched them, that's all. Aizawa, but you're Killer Queen. Kira, indeed I am, but there's another Killer Queen that's me as well. Aizawa, that doesn't make any sense. Kira, quite bizarre, isn't it? I suppose I could give you a demonstration, but it'll cost you. Are you willing to bet all the money in your wallet? Aizawa, what's the game? Kira, it's simple. You put all your money on the table and I try to grab it. You're free to stop me, of course, if you can. If I take it, it's mine. Aizawa, does that cover my bill for everything I order today? Kira, hell no. Your bill and this game are 2 separate matters. Aizawa, then no, I won't play. My coffee's more important than my curiosity. Nezu, before you ask, I'm not risking my tea. Kira and Mina, boring. Kira, hey Kyoka, hold out your hand. Kyoka, okay. Kyoka's hand moved and held Kira's hand. Kyoka, what? Wow, that's so cool. And you're sure it isn't a quirk? Kira, I'm positive. I did some testing with some potent quirk suppressant drags, and they didn't do a thing. Kyoka, that's amazing. Izumi, what happened? I just saw you hold Kira's hand, 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. 𝐀𝐿𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, that's mine and Kira's secret, sorry 𝐒𝐮𝐻𝐵. 𝐒𝐮𝐵, no fair. Kira, tell your little sister what happened. Killer Queen held 𝐀𝐿𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫's hand. 𝐒𝐮𝐵, I saw that. Kira, I assure you, you did not. 𝐒𝐮𝐵, what? 𝐀𝐿𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, I'll tell you when Sensei's not around, okay 𝐒𝐮𝐵. 𝐒𝐮𝐵, really? 𝐀𝐿𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, yes really. 𝐒𝐮𝐻𝐵, I don't understand what's going on. Kira, if you took the bet you would. 𝐒𝐮𝐻𝐵, what if I bet half my money and half of Nezu's? Nezu, don't go betting funds that aren't yours 𝐒𝐮𝐻𝐵. Kira, sorry, all or nothing. 𝐒𝐮𝐻𝐵, it was worth a shot. Kira, oh yeah, before I forget, I have a condition other than our little show tomorrow. If you can't guarantee it, the deal's off. Nezu, what is it? Kira, we can't let Killer Queen's spell weaken, that would put a lot of people at risk. As well as a huge increase in crime rates. I don't care if it's your staff or other heroes you have confidence in or both, the more the better. I need heroes out in the field saving people with boom boxes playing my songs. Nezu, I'm fine with that. It would be beneficial for how the public views heroes. Honestly, that should be a condition we ask of you. Kira, I'm glad you feel that way. There is another part to that though. I demand the authority to make missions for these heroes. If I find out anyone that needs to be hit regardless of status or prior criminal charges, I want them taken down. Nezu, that would still be helpful raising the public's view on heroes, but it will be more complicated than handing out boomboxes. We would be going against the law if the target had a clean record. Not to mention the hell the Hero Association would give us. Kira, is that a no? Nezu, I'm just thinking out loud, it will cause trouble, but I accept all of your terms. Kira, excellent. Then I'll be a student at 𝐻𝐵 tomorrow. NG, my family would be happy to help. Sign each of us up for a boombox Nezu. Nezu, thank you NG, I knew I could rely on you and your family. Can you think of any other heroes who would be willing to help? NG, plenty if sidekicks count. Kira, that's fine by me as long as they can get the job done. NG, good, I'll let my sidekicks know then. I think Hawks, Best Jeanist, Edge Shot, Mirko, Ryukyu and Gang Orca are fans of yours as well. It'd be a good idea to let them know about this. Now that I think about it, Ingenium is too, I think. He has a lot of sidekicks too. What about your staff Nezu? Nezu, there shouldn't be any problems there, though having a boombox blaring will hinder 𝐒𝐮𝐻𝐵's typical style. 𝐒𝐮𝐻𝐵, Mix was already thinking about adding a boombox to his costume, so he'll love this. I'll have some trouble at first, I'm sure, but I'll work around it. A hero can't be a one-trick pony after all. A shot might as well. Got any advice, Kira? Kira, take advantage of the villain's fear of the music. In normal stealth, you sometimes have to make a racket to get their focus away from you. Their attention will be on the music, get it close, then circle around. You have to be quick though. While their attention is fully on the music is the best time to strike. And of course some will start running away as soon as they hear the music. As long as you can keep up with them, they're pretty easy to take out. 𝐒𝐮𝐻𝐵, thanks. Shigaraki, 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, you're back. I was worried I wouldn't see you again. 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, is there something you need, Shigaraki? Shigaraki, no, I'm just glad you're back. Are you feeling okay? 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, I'm functional but a bit sore. Shigaraki, well, take it easy, okay? Do you think you feel well enough to play a game of chess? 𝐾𝐮𝐴𝐫, Shigaraki, you're acting strange. Why are you so concerned about how I feel? Shigaraki, well, I've been training with strategy games, and unit veterancy is important. And you're my oldest unit. You got pretty banged up protecting 𝐿𝐵. And I remembered that units that like you get stat bonuses. I mean, I know you were made to follow orders and take care of me, but still you have your own personality, so I wanted to make you like me more so you'll be stronger. And well, it got me thinking why I cared if you were stronger. You've always been there for me. I'm grateful to 𝐻𝐵, of course, but you're the one who's actually been with me. I was so worried after you got hurt. I didn't know why, but I figured it out. You're the closest thing, no. You are my father, at least that's how I feel. 𝐾𝐮𝐴𝐫, it's an honor you feel that way about me, Shigaraki. So you wanted to play chess instead of a video game, because you believed I would enjoy that more. Shigaraki, why yes. 𝐾𝐮𝐴𝐫, we can play whatever you like, Shigaraki, but if you want my opinion, there's something else we can do together. Shigaraki, what is it? 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, Killer Queen is joining you today, and they're having a live battle with Killer Queen against 3 students. It'll be a safe way of getting some Killer Queen info. We can even watch it in your room. I'll make us some snacks. Shigaraki, that sounds great. I'll go clean up my room for us. Shigaraki excitedly runs towards his room. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. MSDR's reason for not wanting you to know about this show was a poor reason to keep you in the dark. I wonder what he would do to me if he knew I no longer am bound to his or your orders, Shigaraki. He would kill me, of course. Though they made me where I can warp to and from the doctor, without knowing its location, I do know where All for One is currently. It would be an inconvenience for him to have to move to a new safe house, as well as moving the other Nomu there. He would never allow such an information leak to happen. I should disappear completely, so why am I staying? Is it because of Shigaraki's words and feelings? I don't know. This is a dangerous game to play, but I'm willing to play it for you, Shigaraki. At you. Nezu, already in your costume, Kira? Killer Queen, of course. My unveiling is going to be quite the show. Can't ruin the surprise now, can we? Aizawa, you really like being dramatic and mysterious, don't you? Killer Queen, it makes the whole Vigilante work more fun. So who's going to be my teacher anyways? Aizawa, that would be me. Killer Queen, then this will be fun after all. Nezu, please try to act like a student at least. We know you don't need any lessons, but our other students do. Killer Queen, don't worry. I'll behave during class. Aizawa, good. It's about time to get this started, ready to go. Killer Queen, of course. Nezu, do you have the mic we gave you in? Killer Queen, yep. This would be a waste of time if no one could hear me. Nezu, good, your opponents also have them. We can go there right now. Alright, here are your opponents and the building this fight will take place. Killer Queen, always 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵 and 𝗪𝗱𝗱. Good picks. Now who's this guy with the scar? Bakugo, you gave me this scar and you don't remember me. Killer Queen, you can't possibly expect me to remember every villain or punk I've blasted. Bakugo, why you? You're dead once I get my hands on you. Killer Queen, give it your best, 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵, 𝗪𝗱𝗱. I expect a good fight from you too. Bakugo, don't you ignore me. Killer Queen, sorry, but you have to be worth more than 1 yen to keep my attention. Well, this is the quickest way in, huh? Bakugo, dang you. I'll show everyone that you're the worthless one. Nezu, Killer Queen, please don't rile up your opponents. We're live right now. But yes, that is the quickest way in, and the door your first opponent will use. You'll have 15 minutes to prepare once inside. Each winding hallway will have an intersecting hallway every so often for cover or traps. Killer Queen, then start the timer. I'll head in this way. After opening the door, Killer Queen, oh yeah, just a fair warning. Killer Queen has already touched this doorknob. With that, Kira made his way inside. Bakugo, no, you touched it, moron. That's my door. You two won't even get a chance to fight. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵, which door do you want, 𝗪𝗱𝗱? 𝗪𝗱𝗱, I'll take the second door. With your speed you should be able to make it to me in time to work together. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵, got it. Be careful, Killer Queen likes to talk and act in odd ways. That door's going to blow up probably. If you see anything out of the normal, be careful, it could be a bomb. 𝗪𝗱𝗱, thanks for the warning, 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵, you be careful too. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵, of course. In a watch room with several pro heroes and the rest of Waniyagi, so you, Aizawa and Nezu, tracked down Killer Queen 𝐿. 𝐿, it was more Nezu than anyone. I just lent a hand, that's all. Inko, still that's a impressive feat convincing a Vigilante to join you. Headshot, I wonder if 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵's right. Killer Queen just shut the door and went on in. Aizawa, it probably will, knowing Kira. Best genist. Nezu, Aizawa, you two made it here quick. Nezu, yes, this will be the first time I've seen Killer Queen in action. I want to see how he preps and everything. Mirko, I don't blame you, this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I hope your kids put up a good fight. Kyoka, 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐵 and 𝗪𝗱𝗱 will, but I don't think Bakugo will. Gang Orca, that brat's got quite the mouth on him. Momo, I don't think he's thinking straight. Ryukyu, he's got revenge on his mind and that's it. Ida, he's always had a horrible personality for a hero. Aizawa, He doesn't know it, but this is a test for him. I reviewed the video of his heroics class, that and his reckless behavior at the USJ. We're planning on expelling him from the hero course. If he shows any promise, we'll let him continue and take part in the sports festival. We'll once again re-evaluate his potential as a hero then. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 and deserves it, but how's he supposed to win against Killer Queen? Nezu, he's not. What we'll use to decide if we keep him is how he responds to his lose. If he takes it gracefully and it opens his eyes, we'll give him another chance. 𝐼𝐮𝐽, if revenge and getting even are all that's on his mind, he's gone. We can't have students trying to kill each other. Kyoka, Killer Queen's not making things easy on him. Uraraka, does Killer Queen know about this? Nezu, no, it's our decision after all. I don't know why he's riling 𝐻𝗂𝐻𝗃 up. Enji, he's heading where 𝗪𝗱 is going to enter at. Killer Queen, let's see, 𝐻𝗂𝐻𝗃 will head in the quickest way. 𝗪𝗱 will be second. He won't risk 𝐼𝐮𝐵 fighting alone. Plus 𝐼𝐮𝐵 could probably make it in the same time as 𝗪𝗱 if not sooner. It's a good plan but not good enough. Come on out, sheer heart attack. 𝗪𝗱 is both the best and worst opponent for you. At this range I can keep you from killing him. Alright, let's go wait for 𝐻𝗂𝐻𝗃. Nezu, did he even do anything? Kyoka, I'm sure he did, but we'll have to wait and see. Killer Queen, hello Nezu, go ahead and send them in, I'm ready. Nezu, you still have 10 minutes, but sure, I'll let them know. 𝐻𝗂𝐻𝗃, Todoroki and 𝐼𝐮𝐵. Killer Queen has given you permission to enter early. Take care and do your best. 𝐻𝗂𝐻𝗃, yes. Here I come, you extra. The moment 𝐻𝗂𝐻𝗃 touched the doorknob, it exploded. The blast destroyed one of his gauntlets and sent him skidded back a few feet. 𝐻𝗂𝐻𝗃, dang it. That hurt. I'm gonna kill him. Furious, 𝐻𝗂𝐻𝗃 ran in. 𝐼𝐮𝐵, 𝗪𝗱, stay safe. 𝗪𝗱, you too. 𝐼𝐮𝐵 and 𝗪𝗱 both ran in, their doors edge shot. What the hell? It really blew up. He only touched it and left. Nezu, we still don't understand Killer Queen's power. Yagi, isn't it a quirk that turns whatever he touches into a bomb? That makes the most sense. 𝐼𝐮𝐽, my quirk didn't stop his though. Best genist, really. 𝐼𝐮𝐽, this fight will hopefully give us some insight. Hawks, Shoji, keep your eyes peeled. Hawks, already on it. Shoji, yes sensei. 𝐻𝗂𝐻𝗃, there you finally are. 𝐻𝗂𝐻𝗃 barely dodged another marble to the face. Several more were coming at him. With a loud shout, die. 𝐻𝗂𝐻𝗃 released a large explosion at the marbles. While the smoke cleared, you could see glass particles glittering in the air. Killer Queen, still good at breaking toys, I see. Too bad for you, Killer Queen didn't touch any of those. Kira held his right hand up, holding it like he had a detonator in his hand. He brought his thumb down and a massive explosion happened at 𝐻𝗂𝐻𝗃's feet. This blast sent 𝐻𝗂𝐻𝗃 flying into the ceiling. His back scraped across the ceiling before he hit the ground and rolled. He was out cold and didn't get back up. On the ground where 𝐻𝗂𝐻𝗃 flew from was a spinning 1-yen coin. Killer Queen, you're not even worth that. In the distance you could hear someone yell, look this way. Killer Queen, oh, seems 𝗪𝗱 found sheer heart attack. 𝐼𝐮𝐽, when did he throw that coin? Hawks, he threw it after the first marble. 𝐻𝗂𝐻𝗃 couldn't have seen it while dodging. With 𝗪𝗱 sheer heart attack. Look this way. Nezu, where is that voice coming from? 𝗪𝗱, what? 𝗪𝗱 instinctively sent a wave of ice down the hallway. It was a several inches thick, more than enough to at least slow someone down. 𝗪𝗱, who's there? Sheer heart attack, come over here. 𝗪𝗱, that's not Killer Queen's voice. Ice cracking could be heard coming from the hall. The crunching noise was getting closer. 𝗪𝗱 then saw something bizarre. Tank treads were appearing on the ice he made, and were heading his way. 𝗪𝗱, what the hell is going on? Is something there? Enji, what in the world? Wait, 𝗪𝗱's the best and worst opponent. That's what Killer Queen said. 𝗪𝗱, please don't use your fire. Nothing happened with your ice. Sheer heart attack, over here. The voice broke 𝗪𝗱 from his confused trance. 𝗪𝗱, dang it. Whatever it is almost here. Ice didn't work, how about fire? 𝗪𝗱 this time sent roaring flames down the hall, to stop whatever was a few feet away from him. An explosion sent 𝗪𝗱 flying. He was confused and disoriented. The blast had pelted him with concrete and his own ice that hadn't melted yet. He couldn't move and heard something coming closer. He then felt something small but heavy climb on top of him. It stopped on his chest. Fear was all 𝗏𝗱 could feel. Something unnatural was attacking him. 𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. Sheer heart attack, over here. 𝗏𝗱 knew it was going to explode again, this time right on top of him. But the explosion never came. Instead he felt it start to move again. Once off it went back down the hall where 𝗏𝗱 was heading. He was relieved it didn't explode on him, but his relief quickly turned to worry. 𝗏𝗱, Izumi. Dang it, she needs me. Beaten and battered 𝗏𝗱 began to crawl down the hall as fast as he could. Killer Queen, good sheer heart attack is heading back. You made it and in record time to Izumi. Izumi, why you noticed me? Killer Queen, yeah, you need to learn how to run silently, running as fast and hard as you can, then sneaking when you get close doesn't work too well. I understand you wanted to get to 𝗏𝗱 though. Izumi, where is he? Killer Queen, somewhere down that hall. If he's conscious and can move he's probably on his way. He wouldn't let you fight alone after all. So do you run to him or will you fight me? Izumi, would you even let me? Killer Queen, nope. If you go after 𝗏𝗱 I'll attack you, if you go after me I'll attack you. Izumi, looks like I don't have a choice. Izumi was getting ready for a fight. Killer Queen, there are always choices, we could always just talk. I could tell you about my past if you want. Izumi, 𝗏𝗧. Really? Killer Queen, I take it that's a yes. Izumi, that beats me getting blown up any day. Killer Queen, I suppose it would. As you know I take care of myself, I work which is hardly normal for someone our age. My parents are abusive you see, they hated me, I was a blemish to them. Something ugly and weak, something that would make others think less of them. I knew it was just a matter of time until they would try to kill me. I was walking around town one day, and an arrow of all things flies into my neck. I just knew it was their fault, though apparently they had nothing to do with that. Anyways I got took to a hospital and they fixed my broke ribs, my father broke them by the way. Well once I woke up I immediately ran away. I just knew my parents were going to finish the job. Do you know what happened next? Nezu, it can't be. Izumi, you worked at a cafe. Killer Queen, not yet. As soon as I got out of the hospital I was kidnapped. Izumi, what? Killer Queen, yep of course I thought they worked for my parents, but luckily they didn't. They were a secretive group that went by 𝗏𝗚. Naturally I didn't believe they were trying to help me, I couldn't sleep at all at first. Even after I heard about my parents' real attempt on my life. They set up a huge tragedy but cared so little about me they didn't even make sure I was there. After not sleeping for days thinking my dad would bust through the wall, I finally felt safe and passed out. I was out for days, I never could sleep well at home. It was truly magical waking up after such a deep sleep. The soreness in my body was gone and I felt great. That's why I make sure I get my 8 hours of sleep every day. After that I was able to trust the 𝗏𝗚. Izumi, what does 𝗏𝗚 stand for? Killer Queen. It stands for Real Heroes Don't Leave Victims. They have a lot of ex-heroes and even some reformed villains in the group. My parents are technically pro-heroes though they're the worst villains some to me. Anyways back to me, they helped me get a new identity and even a job so I could live my own life. Izumi, what? Yashikage isn't your name. Killer Queen, of course it isn't silly. If I went by my real name I'd be tracked down and killed, not that they could now mind you. Since they have ex-heroes and villains they know every trick in the book, they can make a new identity completely secure where no one will realize it's fake. Of course half of a new identity is looking different. Blue is not my real eye color, I wear colored contacts. I'm also not a blonde. I've used several different hair dyes over the years and I can say Hair Glove is the best brand. It's incredible. It coats your hair in whatever color you want, not actually staining it. You just use their removal product and bam. Back to your real hair color. Your hair can breathe through it and stays clean and healthy. Their other products though are garbage. Turns out their hair dye products are made with a quirk. I also use a bit of makeup to cover up some distinctive facial features I have. I'm not wearing anything to hide my identity right now either. Oh, I should probably mention me becoming a vigilante was all me, they had nothing to do with that. Can you guess what my real name is, dear sister? Izumi, W. And no, why would I? Wait a minute, let me think. Different hair and eye color, and distinctive facial features. I can't be. Brother. Izuku, yes. This killer queen is actually Izuku Yagi. Izuku removes his helmet showing his green hair and eyes. Back with the heroes and 1A Nezu, Aizawa. Enji, don't let them get away. Aizawa immediately used his quirk on Toshi, debuffing him. He then grabbed him with his capture cloth. Meanwhile, Enji surrounded Inko with fire, cutting off her vision where she could see only flames. Enji then burst through the wall of fire, knocking her out. Toshi, Inko. Enji, don't worry, you're going to join her. Enji slugged Toshi in the face with a flaming punch, knocking him out. Nezu, finally it's over. Izuku, now what will mom and dad do now, I wonder? I would love for them to attack me so I could kill them myself. Sadly, Nezu had to go and invite several great heroes. I won't get a chance. So give your big brother a hug, Izumi. It's been far too long. Izumi, oh of course. Izuku. It's really. Crying Izuku. There, everything is going to be okay now. Shoto, Izuku. Is that you? Izuku, yes it's me Sho, it's good to see you for real. Before I forget, I know you're watching All for One. I also know you're the reason my parents are corrupt. Having one of the politicians under your control become head of the Hero Association, just to tempt my parents, and ruin how the public sees heroes was clever. Mind you, I don't care about my parents at all, this is revenge for me and Izumi. To think you hate my dad so much to turn him into a villain, and still trick Nana Shimura's grandson. I truly feel sorry for poor Tenko, a abusive father, and the horrible accident when his decay quirk activated for the first time, killing his whole family. Then you grab him to use as a weapon. Tenko Shimura, or Tamura Shigaraki as All for One calls you, I hope you're watching this. I want you to know if you turn yourself in me and Azure Star can absolve you of all your crimes. Now back to revenge. You ruined my family All for One, so I think it's only fair to cripple you. You must be worried since I implied I know several of your lackeys, and you should be. Izuku pulls several discs out of his suit. Izuku, see these. They took me forever to make. It's a list of all the crimes of close to half of your goons, out in the open doing your bidding. As well as one of the banks you used to hide your funds. I sadly couldn't find where you are yourself, but don't worry. I won't stop looking until I can blow you up myself. You tried to ruin heroes once and for all, but failed miserably. How does it feel to hold Japan in your hands, and lose a second time? Well, at least you have some self-control. Honestly, I was hoping you would use your warper and try to at least take Theseus discs. Oh well, time is on my side after all. Izumi, you should take Sho to Recovery Girl. Izumi, okay. Come on Shoto, lean on me, okay? Shoto, thanks Izumi. Shigaraki, 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, what should I do? Did MST or really just save me as a backup plan? What will he do to me now? 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, it's true Shigaraki, All for One did grab you on a whim. I'm afraid if he believes you would betray him in any way, he'll kill you. But remain calm, he told me to keep you from finding out about this show. As far as he knows, you don't even know it aired. He will no doubt check up on you to verify. At that time you must play dumb. Don't let him realize you know. Shigaraki, but won't you tell him? 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, both our lives are in danger Shigaraki. The damage I sustained broke the control others had on me. I'm free to choose just like you. I already went against All for One telling you about the show. As far as Killer Queen's offer goes, you are at least guaranteed your life. He mentioned Azure Star as well. He's an expert in abusive family cases. He also employs reformed villains as sidekicks. I do believe if anyone could help you, it's them. Shigaraki, what about you though? 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, I don't know. With All for One, curse that Killer Queen. He's ruined everything. And there's nothing I can do to stop it. He only confirmed that Yujiro Amada worked for me. If I tell my other men to disappear, they would all be found out. Yujiro's already gone. In the short time that's passed, heroes, police, and even civilians raided the Hero Association. He claims he knows half of my followers. There is a good chance when they're raided, even more of my men could be found out. And by telling me he knows one of my banks, he's almost froze all my funds. I don't know which bank it is. If I'm careless, more of my funds could be compromised. They're all potential landmines just waiting to blow. Worst of all, he's All Might's son. Twice that family has made a fool of me. What should I do about Shigaraki? If he knows about Killer Queen's offer, he must die. I can't afford any more losses. The real question is, should I kill him even if he doesn't know? I suppose I should find out what he knows first. Back with 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 and Shigaraki, an alarm goes off, signaling all for one want to talk. Shigaraki, 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, stay calm Shigaraki. Stay in your room for now. I'll go see what he wants. If he calls for you, remember, don't let him know. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 then warps to the monitor. All for one communicates with them. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, sorry for the wait, Mr. I was bringing Shigaraki some snacks while he plays his games. All for one, so he didn't find out about Killer Queen's show. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, no Mr. All for one. Good 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, we've been dealt a crippling blow. My followers will be cut at least in half, and my funds have been poisoned. We cannot afford any more losses at all. Shigaraki is no longer needed for All Might, and he is quite expensive to keep happy. He failed miserably against Killer Queen. He's more trouble than he's worth at this point. I want you to kill him for me. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, sir, if that is your wish I shall, but may I be allowed to offer a suggestion? All for one, speak your mind 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, thank you Mr. You mentioned that you will lose at least half your followers. That puts the doctor in grave danger, does it not? Why not keep Shigaraki for a suicide mission to rescue someone of more importance? It sounds like we don't exactly have men to spare. All for one. That does sound wise. Perhaps I was a bit hasty in my decision. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, a grievous blow has been dealt Mr. A simple servant like me couldn't possibly comprehend all that is going through your mind. Your kingdom is vast and you must do all you can to save it. Though we cannot comprehend, we are unburdened by that weight. Call on us if we can provide any assistance. All for one. I will 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, thank you for your service. I need to contact the doctor and make plans for an emergency escape. Tell Shigaraki his allowance is gone. If he asks why, simply tell him it's for his growth as my successor. He needs to learn to manage resources effectively. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, yes Mr. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 returns to Shigaraki. Shigaraki, how did it go 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫? 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, he wanted me to kill you, but I was able to buy us some time by telling him we could use you for a suicide mission. So at least for now all we've lost is your allowance. Shigaraki, thank you for really saving me 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, don't worry about it, now we just need to figure out a way to meet Killer Queen without All for one finding out. Shigaraki, what about his cafe? 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, I would prefer a neutral area, one where if things didn't go our way we could escape. But that is always an option, we'll just need to be patient. Shigaraki, okay, I trust you with my life 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, I want Killer Queen to help you too. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, thank you son. At you. Nezu, once Yagato gets here we can start going through these discs Izuku made. Things certainly are interesting now. Aizawa, the situation is unique. There's definitely a lot of chaos going on, but it's a good kind. There's a lot of hope that things will finally get better. Enji, it's incredible everyone working together. The Hero Association was completely captured before Izuku was done asking people to only come to his cafe for business. Some of my sidekicks are there. From what little I've heard, it's unbelievable the amount of evidence that just keeps growing. Nezu, we need to be sure and listen to Toya, and not put any unnecessary stress on Izuku. Enji, yeah, Toya already went to talk to Izumi and Shoto. I hope things aren't too rough for him right now. Miss Jiro, could I ask a favor of you? Kyoka, sure, what do you need? Enji, could you go check on Izuku? I'm worried about him. Kyoka, of course. I've been worried since Toya implied things are going to be hard for him, but I won't make it worse, will I? Enji, you shouldn't, you know Kira not Izuku, so you can help him. Kyoka, I don't really get it, but if I can help him I will. Enji, thank you. Kyoka went to find Izuku. Kyoka found the room Izuku was supposed to be resting in. She knocked but no one answered, so she went in. To her horror, Izuku was having a panic attack. Kyoka, Kira, Izuku, oh Killer Queen, are you okay? Calm down, just breathe in and out nice and slow, just like that. There, feel any better? Izuku, why yes, thanks to you Kyoka. Call me 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐬, I'm going to have to get used to it. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. Okay 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐬, is there anything I can do to help? 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐬. If you don't mind, I really need an anchor. See, could we hold hands? 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. Of course, silly. We were going to start dating, remember? 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 sits next to 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐬 and with one hand holds his hand. With her other hand she pulls him into a close hug. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, feel better. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫's face was heating up. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐬's was as well. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐬. Why yes thanks. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. Do you want to talk about what's bothering you? 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐬. Sure. Just. Where to begin? Well, my parents tried to kill me, 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. The two people who should always care about you no matter what. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 was never safe. It was 𝐒𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 that was safe, and that's gone now. The only thing that protected me is gone. And these horrible thoughts just keep coming into my mind. That Izumi or Shoto and his family are going to try and kill me next. I know they wouldn't, but I can't help but worry. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. Sure, it's okay 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬, I'm here for you. You're right, they would never hurt you, and if they ever tried I'd protect you. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. Thank you. See, can we stay like this a bit longer? 𝐀𝐮𝐽𝐻. Of course, anytime you want or need me, just ask. I can't imagine how hard this is for you. Just keep leaning on me, I'll always be here for you. With Toya Izumi and Shoto Toya. I know you both want to see 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐬, but I need you two to take it slow, okay? Izumi, why? Toya. Izumi. Shoto, please try to understand what 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐬's going through right now. He gave up the one thing that was keeping him safe. He feels vulnerable right now. Plus, with it being his own parents trying to kill him, if you're not careful you could make him believe you'll try to kill him next. Izumi, what? But we'd never hurt 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐬𝐬. Shoto, that right Toya. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐬𝐬 is like a brother to me. Toya, I know that and I'm sure 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐬𝐬 does too. But it doesn't change the fact his whole life as 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 has been a roller coaster ride of pain and betrayal. I'm not asking you two to stay away from him forever, let him be the one to approach you. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬's mind is in a delicate state right now, there's no telling what's going through his mind. Please let him get comfortable first, okay? Izumi, I don't like it, but I don't want to hurt 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 in any way. Shoto, me either. We'll do as you asked, Toya. Toya, thank you both. Newswoman, we are live at the 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬 Sports Festival Stadium. Let's have a brief recap of the past 2 weeks. After Killer Queen exposed All Might, 𝐮𝐻𝐻𝐻 and Yujiro Amada as villains, heroes and police have been working non-stop going through the mountain of evidence Killer Queen gave them on All for One's followers. The workload has been so enormous that 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐻 has had to homeschool their students these 2 weeks. The sports festival itself has also been postponed, an event that the whole world watches had to be postponed. That is how tiring and extensive this investigation has been. All of Japan has been hit in one way or another. Politicians, news organizations, lawmakers, lawyers, judges, companies, police, heroes, and doctors all had guilty parties. There are over 100 criminals here today. Normally a case this big would have judges jumping for the chance to make a name for themselves. That is not the case here though. Fear that if just one of these criminals were able to get away with their crimes, the judge would be seen as another accomplice, almost stonewalled this trial. Fortunately, that didn't stop Ichigo Yagato from taking the trial. The multi-talented police officer is a licensed hero as well as lawyer and even a judge. Yagato is known as a wild gun, taking full advantage of his authority. The trail taking place in the sports festival stadium is Yagato's doing. The stands are filled with police and heroes, making sure none of the criminals have a chance to escape. You can see the confusion on their faces, none of them have any idea how this trail will go. Regardless of what happens, this will be one for the history books. Yagato has made his appearance. The trail is about to start. Yagato, I'm sure you're all wondering why you're all being tried together. The answer is simple, all of you have aided a notorious villain, with crimes ranging from murder, theft, kidnapping, and human experimentation, just to name a few of your crimes. As such, you will be tried as the All for One party. All crimes committed by this party will be explained to the jury. After all criminal charges have been made known, the jury will be given all the time they need to come to a verdict. No defense attorney was willing to take your side in this trail. Luckily for you, some of you are lawyers and attorneys, you will be allowed to defend the party. We will begin immediately. My hope is we can settle this trail quickly, but we will drag it on for weeks if that is what it takes. The sheer number of known crimes committed took 3 days to go over. It was finally time for the jury to go over all the information both the prosecution and defense had laid out. After another day, the jury had reached a verdict. 𝐻𝐻𝐿, has the jury reached its verdict? Jury delegate, we have your honor. We the jury find the party guilty of all charges. 𝐻𝐻𝐿, your crimes call for the death penalty. The all-for-one party will be moved to 𝗧𝗱 until your sentence can be carried out. This trial is dismissed. Newswoman, 𝐻𝐻𝐿, sir, do you have a moment to speak? 𝐻𝐻𝐿, I'm as exhausted as everyone else is, but sure, what's your question? Newswoman, thank you, sir, I'll keep this quick. Many people thought there would have to be new laws made to bring justice to all the victims. However, you were able to get justice without any reform or new laws. Could you explain that to our viewers? 𝐻𝐻𝐿, sure thing, it isn't anything special though. The truth is lawmakers are overpaid and 9 out of 10 times utterly unnecessary. Murder is murder, theft is theft, trespassing is trespassing, assault is assault, disturbing the peace is disturbing the peace, and so forth. We don't need new laws, we need to enforce the ones we have. Now if you'll excuse me, my day's not over till these villains are at 𝗧𝗱. Newswoman, thank you for your time and wisdom, sir. There you have it, folks. While it will take time for a sense of normalcy to return, at least the victims have gotten justice. I'll be turning you over to my fellow newswoman Rukia, who's live at the Hero Association. Rukia, hello everyone. As you know, the corruption of the Hero Association has completely emptied it of all employees. There were talks about closing the Hero Association for good. However, it has since been decided that under proper management the Hero Association would be a constant help in hero quality. Officials were able to get in contact with the RHDLV group. The RHDLV have agreed to take over the Hero Association. The group leader and new president of the Hero Association, 𝐒𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, has wasted no time making changes. He's released all known quirks the villain all-for-one has to the public. Harsher punishments for heroes who endanger civilians. And he's reduced the prices of hero merchandise by over half. The new Hero Association is certainly one for the people. Nezu, I'm glad that's finally over with. Toshi looked so defeated being tried as one of all-for-one's men. I was worried he'd try something. Aizawa, he couldn't even if he wanted to. I'm just glad all-for-one didn't lash out for revenge. Izuku's really tied his hands, but that won't stop him. We'll need to be prepared. A wounded animal's more dangerous. Nezu agreed. It could be risky, but we need to reschedule the sports festival. I was thinking about 2 weeks from now. What do you two think? Aizawa, it would be good for the public. A bit of normalcy would do everyone some good. But it would be a clear provocation to all-for-one. Security would have to be higher than ever, especially if all-for-one attacked in person. Aizawa, you need to be extra vigilant. All-for-one would need to get rid of you to be safe. If we're going through with the sports festival, you can't go on your patrols alone. I'm more than willing to go with you. Aizawa, thanks Enji. We can't afford to slack off, so I'll be counting on you. Enji, no problem. Nezu, how is Izuku doing as far as your family goes? Enji, I can tell he's nervous if Kyoka's not with him, but all in all I think he's getting over his trust issues. He hasn't had any more panic attacks. I honestly can't blame him, he's been through so much. Nezu, I'm glad he's doing better. This worked out well for Izuku. I know he needed these 2 weeks to get readjusted to being Izuku instead of Kira. I know he's grateful for your help keeping fans who just came to his cafe to see him away. Things still are livelier there though. Aizawa, yeah, but it still has that peaceful atmosphere. Kyoka had to make him let her work there so he didn't run himself ragged. Yeah, that's made Izumi and Shoto so jealous. They want to spend that extra time with their brother too. Aizawa, I'm sure once Izuku gets completely over his trust issues he'll let them work there too. I told them that, but you know how they are. I have some cute pictures of them together. I'm so happy Shoto got to date the girl he loves. Izumi's been so happy too. I'm so glad their nightmare is over. Nezu, we know you've already showed us those pictures 3 times. But I'm glad everything is working out for our students. All for one, my empire has crumbled. The only good thing is 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 wasn't found out. I have to start rebuilding my influence on Japan. That will be difficult now that the world knows about me. Fear of the death penalty will keep several would-be allies from swearing allegiance to me. I'd have to make a big move to dissuade that fear. Had the gall to announce the sports festival would happen in 2 weeks. That would be an excellent opportunity to show the world what happens when you cross the king. If only my body was in a better condition. I can function fine for a short while with my life support helmet, but that's with all my self-healing quirks working with it. If Eraserhead were to cancel my quirks, I would surely die. I can't risk a confrontation with him. Not when I don't have a worthy successor. Since the doctor is safe, perhaps I should follow through with a suicide mission for Shigaraki. Yes, I'll have him and 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 spy on Eraserhead. If Shigaraki gets a chance to kill him, I'll be able to attack the sports festival myself. If he doesn't get that opportunity, one can always have Shigaraki attack the sports festival for me. I believe I was able to figure out Killer Queen's quirk. I think he can make and control an explosive gas. That could explain the unnatural speed he shoots those marbles. He uses compressed gas to fire them at high speeds. The gas would cling to the marbles and he could detonate them at will. It could also explain what happened with the Todoroki child. His ice would have lowered the temperature of the gas, possibly increasing its weight, making Izuku have to use tank treads to move it, and once Endeavor's child used his fire, he detonated the gas himself. This makes the most sense with the information I have. I don't believe this quirk is a true threat to me. It's a shame it's the kind of quirk that requires you to alter it. It's of no use to me. I should contact 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 and have him and Shigaraki get started. The next day, Kyoka. Are you sure about this, Izuku? Izuku, of course I am. I'm really grateful that you're helping me at the cafe, Kyoka. But we do need to get you some work clothes. There's nothing wrong with your uniform, but I don't want it getting ruined. Kyoka, I just don't know about this though. Will I even look good in it? Izuku, of course you will, Kyoka. You're appealing. And what you wear won't change that. Kyoka, thanks Izuku. You're always so supportive. Izuku, you're the supportive one, Kyoka. I don't know what I would have done without you. You really are my hero. Kyoka, Izuku. We're really sorry to interrupt your date, but we really need to talk to you, Killer Queen. Izuku, well, it better just be to talk. If you put Kyoka in any kind of danger, a trip to the hospital will be the least of your worries, Tenko Shimura. 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, I assure you we're not here to cause any trouble. Shigaraki, that's right. We just want to talk. Izuku, alright then. Sorry, our little date has to end, Kyoka. Maybe this will make up for it a bit. Izuku gives Kyoka a tender kiss on the cheek. Kyoka giggles. That more than makes up for it, Izuku. Besides, getting to see you do some hero work is awesome. Izuku, thanks, Kyoka. Well, let's all have a seat and talk. I assume you want to talk about you getting absolved of your crimes, right, Tenko? Shigaraki, yes, but I want you to absolve 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 too. Izuku, first let's see if I can help you first, okay? I know your father was abusive to you for wanting to be a hero. Then your decay quirk manifested and you accidentally killed your family. Now I'm sure that everyone was an accident except your father, but given the abuse and the mental strain of seeing everyone you cared about dying by your own hands as a 4-year-old, we can easily work around that. What I need to know is, did you murder your next victim of your own accord, or did all for one trick you into killing them? Shigaraki, the next person I killed was homeless like me. He beat me up and stole my spot, but I didn't hurt him, I just left. But then all for one started twisting my thoughts. I went back and killed him. Izuku, that's what I figured happened, which is why I said I could absolve you. Now I need to know your warper's circumstances to know if there's anything I can do to help. 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, my name is 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, I'm the first experimental high-end Nomu. I was made to obey all orders from All for One and Shigaraki, but the damage I received from you broke that control. It also made me remember the memories from this body. It's from a hero called Loud Cloud or Shirakumo-Oboro. Izuku, if that's the case, we should be able to help both of you. If you're comfortable, I'll call Azure Star and we can go to his agency together and work out the details. 𝐾𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, that's fine with me. What about you, Tenko? Tenko, I'm fine with that since they'll help you too. Izuku, okay, give me a minute. Alright, he's on his way. After a few minutes, Toya. Hey Izuku, Kyoka, good to see you too. I'm glad you two came in on your own, that will make things go smoother. Let's go to my car and get moving. 𝗀𝐿, I'm surprised you came in civilian clothes. I was certain you'd come in full hero with police. 𝗀𝐿, that's for villains. From what I've heard from Izuku, you two are victims, so there's no reason to be heavy-handed here. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, thank you. At the Azure Star Hero Agency, 𝗀𝐿. Alright, Izuku has already sent me everything he had on you, 𝗀𝐿, and we've got your statements confirming and filling in the gaps. And 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 has given us his statements. Once the BLD work comes in to confirm your body's identity, we'll be able to get the ball rolling for you, 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. Now once everything is finished, you've asked to be documented as 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 𝗧𝗓𝗧𝗟, and you wish to be 𝗀𝐿 𝗧𝗓𝗧𝗟's father, right? 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, yes, if that's possible, that's what I want. 𝗀𝐿, are you fine with this, 𝗀𝐿? 𝗀𝐿, yes, this is what I want too. 𝗀𝐿, alright, we'll make it happen. Now we need to talk about your living arrangements. Until you both get absolved and you're free to go, you'll have to stay here at my agency. Afterwards, you'll be free to live wherever you want. Now this offer I'm about to give you is optional. There's a good chance All for One has another warp-type quirk since he was able to change the cloud quirk into warp gate. We'd like to put a tracker in both of you for your safety. This would also quiet down some of the naysayers. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, if it will keep 𝗀𝐿 safe, I'm fine with that. 𝗀𝐿, if 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫's fine with it, so am I. 𝗀𝐿, alright, we'll get that ready for you. Now after living arrangements, we need to find a way for you two to make a living. Now I know 𝗀𝐿 wanted to be a hero. Would you two be interested in being my sidekicks? 𝗀𝐿, I'd like to for my sister, but there's no way my quirk could be used for hero work. Izuku, while it's true your quirk is too dangerous for combat, it could be used for rescue work similar to 13. You could also help with raids, silently breaching walls so other heroes could safely enter the building. 𝗀𝐿, really? Rescue heroes were what me and Hana wanted to be. 𝗀𝐿, well, you've got a chance now. You'd have to get some counseling and some training, but I'd gladly cover the costs. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, that is most kind of you. Do you want us to go back to our hideout so All for One doesn't get suspicious? 𝗀𝐿, no, you'll be staying here where it's safe. We'll get a raid team together and hit the warehouse he's at today. We won't put you in any unnecessary danger. 𝗀𝐿, thank you for believing and helping us. 𝗀𝐿, that's what heroes are supposed to do. Izuku, I'm glad everything seems to be working out for you, 𝗀𝐿. Me and Kyoka need to get back to our cafe soon, so we'll be leaving. Good luck raiding All for One, 𝗀𝐿. 𝗀𝐿, why you won't be a part of the raid? Izuku, that's what happens when you switch from Vigilante to hero. You gotta follow the rules. 𝗀𝐿, believe me, I wish Izuku could join us, but he would at least need a provisional hero license. 𝗀𝐿, I see. Then you have to make sure Eraserhead is there. All for One is scared of his quirk. He's worried that without all of his self-healing quirks he'd die. 𝗀𝐿, thanks for the info, 𝗀𝐿. Don't worry, even though this raid is going to be rushed, we're going to get plenty of heavy hitters. Well, I need to go tell Nezu and 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐿 about this, and start building a team. You two make yourselves at home. Izuku and Kyoka, by 𝗀𝐿, 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, goodbye. 𝗀𝐿, by maybe we could visit you at your cafe sometime. Izuku, you're both more than welcome to come. 𝗀𝐿, I'll get my sidekicks to show you two around. Izuku, Kyoka and 𝗀𝐿 left 𝗀𝐿 and 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 alone in an office room. 𝗀𝐿, while they all just left us by ourselves. I thought for sure we'd be treated like prisoners. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, yes, this is much better treatment than I expected as well. It would seem coming here was the right course of action. Knock knock knock. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, come in. Iguchi, hey, you two must be the new members. Nice to meet you. My name's Iguchi Shuichi. Wasn't Azure Star just the coolest? I bet he was. Toga. Iguchi, stop fanboying, you're gonna freak them out. My name's Toga Himiko. I really like BLD Iguchi, and you said I'd freak them out. Jean, sorry about those two, they're both really nice once you get know them. My name's Babigawara Jean, by the way. Seiko, greetings and welcome to the Azure Star Hero Agency. My name's Seiko Atsuhiro. If I can be of any assistance, please let me know. Jean, get off the stage, Seiko. Encore encore. Whoops, sorry. It's about that. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 and 𝗀𝐿 didn't really know how to process what was going on. 𝗀𝐿, are you guys 𝗀𝐿's sidekicks? Toga, I'm almost a sidekick. I do have my provisional hero license though. I know. Let's each tell how we got here. I'll go first. My quirk is called Transform. I can turn into someone else by drinking their BLD. Did you know quirks affect your likes? Because my quirk needs BLD, I've always really liked it. As a small child, I would play with animal BLD. My parents didn't like that though and tried to make me a normal girl, but I couldn't help it. My quirk made me love BLD that was my normal. Anyways, it was getting pretty bad. I was starting to hate myself and wanted to be someone else, and I could with my quirk. I was on a downward spiral towards becoming a villain. 𝐻𝐿 saw how me and my family interacted and got worried something was wrong, so he did an investigation. He found out about my quirk and how my parents hated it and charged them both with child abuse. He then took me in himself and got me the psychological help I needed. I don't hate myself anymore, and I'm happy being me. I was taught that quirks can naturally make you very interested in whatever they need, so there was nothing wrong with me liking BLD. Being told I was normal really meant a lot to me. I've been homeschooled so I don't get picked on by kids who don't understand that, and working on being a hero. 𝐒𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. 𝐒𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. I was being attacked by a cult that hates mutation-type quirks. 𝐻𝐿 saved me and even offered me a job helping out around his agency. He didn't care that I've got a mutation-type quirk that was a first for me, so I kept working hard and eventually got my own hero license. Your turn, 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. 𝐀𝐮. I was a villain at first actually. My quirk double lets me make a weaker clone of whoever I want as long as I know their measurements. I made a ton of clones of myself and sent them out to rob several places at once, all the while I was sitting around doing nothing, acting like a king with my clones as slaves. It didn't take long for them to rebel. There was this huge fight over who the original was. I was the last one remaining, but I didn't know if I was the real or a clone. It really screwed up my mind. I was going insane. Luckily, 𝐻𝐿 had followed some of my clones back and saw the whole thing. Instead of just hauling me off to jail, he got me the psychological care I needed. I've been indebted to him ever since. He helped me get reformed, and like 𝐒𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, he offered me a job helping out here. I eventually got a hero license myself, and I've been his sidekick since. Your turn, 𝐂𝐿𝐻. 𝐂𝐿𝐻. I suppose I should start with my great-great-grandfather 𝐒𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. He was a righteous thief who stole from overpaid heroes and gave it to the poor. Our family has kept this tradition going. We believed that heroes were taking advantage of people getting fame and fortune for helping people. I was actually on a job to hit a hero's home when I met 𝐻𝐿. It turns out he was investigating the hero I was going to rob for corruption. I was caught not expecting anyone to be there. We talked while he was searching the house. I told him about my family's tradition. I didn't really have anything else to do being handcuffed. He found plenty of evidence to arrest the so-called hero. He then did something I never expected. He freed me from the HNDCFFS, gave me the loose money lying around the place to give it to the people who needed it the most, and gave me his card. Told me to call and tell him if any of my targets were corrupt. It was so against everything my family believed about heroes, I just stood there dumbfounded. Afterwards, I did some research on him. I was truly impressed with his record for helping abuse cases, corrupt heroes, and reforming villains. I was helping a few people following my family's code, but 𝐻𝐿 was truly saving people. I simply had to aid that in any way I could. I'm a bit of a black sheep to my family now, but the good I get to do far outweighs that little detail. Well, I think we've talked your ears off long enough. Follow us and we'll take you to your rooms. Outside the warehouse, all for one is 𝐿𝐿𝐻. Alright, let's go over the information we have. All for one is in a critical condition. He's lost his eyes and his head is mainly scar tissue. He's constantly hooked up to various life support systems, but that's only because he's resting. Once he reinforces his body with a multitude of quirks, that half-dead corpse can trade blows with all might. He has a portable life support system in the form of a helmet, allowing him to fight himself for a prolonged period of time. Our plan is simple. 𝐿𝐿𝐻, you're to kick the warehouse away, then immediately blow the dust away so Eraserhead can cancel his quirks. 𝐿𝐿𝐻, understood. 𝐿𝐻, after his quirks are cancelled, Best Jeanist and 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 will restrict his movement. Mrs. Blizzard will then encase him in ice. Try to bear with it, Woods. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, I'll endure. 𝐿𝐻, 𝗧𝗜𝗧𝗟𝗘 will knock him out. 𝗏𝗏, sounds good. 𝐻𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, there is a chance he'll drop dead the moment his quirks are cancelled, but we won't take any chances, go through with the plan regardless if he's dead or alive. We have to be quick once we start. We're certain he has at least one other warp quirk. If we're too slow he could get away, understand? Everyone. Yes. 𝐻𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, good, will hit play on all the boom boxes while 𝗏𝐿ady is rearing back to kick. Let's get started. 𝗏𝐿ady begins her kick as 𝐾𝐿R starts playing. The roof and walls were sent flying. She quickly used the momentum of her first kick to spin around and kick again, blowing away the dust. 𝐿 could be seen crawling towards his helmet, but 𝐼𝐿𝐴𝐻 immediately cancelled his quirks. 𝐿 let out a pain-filled cry, and the life support systems that were still attached started going off. As soon as they did, though, a black sludge-like liquid came out of 𝐿's mouth. It encased his still body and disappeared. 𝐻𝐮𝐴𝐻, dang it. Their other warper must have been keeping an eye on his vitals. Spread out and look for any clues as to where they could have taken him. Everyone. Yes, sir. At the 𝐾𝐿R Cafe before opening 𝐒𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, you look amazing, 𝐾𝐿𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. Super cute. 𝐾𝐿𝐭𝐡𝐨, thanks 𝐒𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫. You always look handsome in your waiter outfit too. 𝐒𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, thanks 𝐾𝐿𝐭𝐡𝐨. I want to tell you about 𝐾𝐿𝐿's powers. 𝐾𝐿𝐭𝐡𝐨, are you sure? That's got to be a big secret. 𝐒𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨, it is, but I don't want any secrets between us, 𝐾𝐿𝐭𝐡𝐨. I trust you with my life. 𝐾𝐿𝐿 has 3 bombs. The first bomb is whatever 𝐾𝐿𝐿 touches, I can turn it into a bomb. I can control whether it explodes by contact or by manual detonation. I can also control the force, heat, radius, and even how much sound the bomb makes. 𝐾𝐿𝐿's range is 5 meters, he can't get any farther away from me than that. Also, any damage 𝐾𝐿𝐿 takes I take as well. Luckily he's far more durable than me. Author here, just a heads up that may not be accurate. Most sites only said 𝐾𝐿𝐿's range was D, which doesn't really help. The one site I found that gave an actual distance said 5 meters. Just so you know. The second bomb is sheer heart attack. It's a heat-seeking bomb. The blast strength is determined by how much heat whatever makes it explode is putting out. It's remote-controlled, so range isn't an issue. However, I can't control it at long ranges. I can only give it a target, and once it destroys the target it'll return to me. The third bomb is pretty crazy and hard to believe. It's my ultimate defense and why I've never been caught. It's called Bite Sawdust. And it literally blows up 1 hour of time, basically rewinding time an hour. 𝐾𝐿𝐭𝐡𝐨, that is crazy. Wait, so you have messed up before? 𝐒𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, of course. But getting a redo in real life lets you rack up on experience. 𝐾𝐿𝐭𝐡𝐨, how many times did it take you for the sieged hospital incident? 𝐒𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, ugh, that one was rough, but you know what they say, lucky 17th the charm. All joking aside, it does have some conditions that have to be met. For one, I have to be in a state of extreme stress. It can also be used offensively, but it's too flawed for that. You see, when I use it, 𝐾𝐿𝐿 can attach to whoever caused the stress. They also remember this time rewind. If they tell anyone else about it, 𝐾𝐿𝐿 blows them up and time loops again, but because I don't have 𝐾𝐿𝐿 with me, I'm only aware of the first blast back. It's whoever 𝐾𝐿𝐿 is attached to that remembers these additional blast backs. I became aware of this fact testing it on a large group of villains that got me. Once I learned that, I've always recalled 𝐾𝐿𝐿 after the first blast back, and tried a different approach to capturing them. It's not really fun to use since I have to get shot or something bad to be able to use it. Honestly, I'm lucky I was never killed downright, but enough about that, we need to get ready for opening. 𝐾𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐻, thanks for trusting me so much. You tell me all that, 𝐒𝐮𝐿𝐴𝐻, it really means a lot to me. 𝐒𝐮𝐿𝐴𝐻, it's only natural to want to share everything with the one you love. 𝐾𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐻. 𝐾𝐿𝐿𝐴, 𝐒𝐮𝐿𝐻. 𝐾𝐿𝐿𝐴 gives 𝐒𝐮𝐿𝐻 a tender kiss on the cheek. 𝐒𝐮𝐻 giggles, thanks 𝐾𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐻, you're really sweet and I'm lucky to be with you. Knock knock knock. 𝐾𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐻, I wonder who that is. 𝐒𝐮𝐻, I don't know. We still have half an hour before opening, must be something important. I'll let them in. Nezu, what brings you here? Nezu, I came to inform you of recent events. 𝐾𝐿𝐴𝐻, you mean the all-for-one raid? Nezu, yes, but also what happened at Tartarus. 𝐒𝐮𝐻, something happened at Tartarus. Nezu, yes, let's get the raid out of the way first though. From what I was told by 𝐻𝐿𝐿, aside from another warper taking 𝐿-for-1's body, it went well. They would have caught him with no injuries on their part. 𝐿-for-1 also appeared to be dead, but 𝐻𝐿𝐿 insists on classifying him as alive until we find a body. It's the safe course of action and I approve of it. Now on to the Tartarus incident. The raid pulled several heroes that were at Tartarus away, and somehow the 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 were tampered with. Your father started a prison break, but it backfired on him. Corrupt as they were, your parents put many a villain in Tartarus. Revenge was what was on the villains' minds, not freedom. As it turns out, several of the villains there had a history with many of the 𝐿-for-1 party. They had caused them to become villains in the first place. There were many fatal casualties, but only a few were guards. Most were from the 𝐿-for-1 party and the other inmates. Your mother was killed and Toshi is in critical condition. He lost an arm and leg, as well as his only lung. They're only keeping him alive long enough to serve his death sentence. Izuku, good, he tried to escape because he couldn't stand being called a lackey of 𝐿-for-1. I don't know if he would have tried to kill me again or track down 𝐿-for-1 and kill him. Though he may have simply wanted a suicide by cop, I can't really say. He knows the reason 𝗀𝗱𝗱 is dead, right? Nezu, yes, they've also accelerated the sentencing on the 𝐿-for-1 party. Well, what's left of it? They're to be executed tomorrow. Izuku, then it'll finally be over with. Thank you for telling us, Nezu. Nezu, don't mention it. If anyone deserves to know, it's you. Izuku, sports festival will be coming up real soon, right? Nezu, yes, it's just 2 days away. Do you think 𝐿-for-1 will attack the sports festival, Izuku? Izuku, if he's able to in any way, he'll certainly try something, especially after he was almost caught. But we don't know if he even can try anything. You should continue with the sports festival regardless. Public opinion is still in a shaky state right now. You should announce that because of the risk of a villain attack, all people attending the sports festival have permission to use their quirks, if it's to protect themselves or someone else. That should show the public that heroes trust and appreciate the huge help they've been. Nezu, that sounds like a good course of action to me. So are you ready for the sports festival yourself, Izuku? Izuku, I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Kyoka's going to do great too. I've been sparring with her during our free time. Nezu, how is she doing with One for All? Izuku, considering she hasn't had any training for it, before Izumi gave it to her, she's doing great. She can only use a small percentage of it right now, but she hasn't hurt herself with it yet, so her control is pretty good. An advantage of already having quirk, I suppose. Nezu, I concur, she already trained her own quirk enough to make the 𝐻𝐿𝐿 hero course. She has a good grasp on quirk control already. If she were quirkless, it would be a given she would have injured herself. Izuku, yeah, that natural understanding of how quirks work really makes a difference. So has having a couple of notorious villains on your alumni hurt you? Nezu, not really. The public simply requested their removal from the alumni. We were fine with that, honestly. Eyes are on us, though they've always been for one reason or another. The sports festival will be the biggest influence on hero opinion. How much we prepare for and handle any issues that may arise will be heavily scrutinized. It goes without saying security for this sports festival will be the highest ever. Police and heroes are being called in to ensure everyone's safety. They'll mainly be around the first year's events. Both the class that survived a villain attack and 𝐻𝐿𝐿 taking part as well has greatly pulled interest from the other 2 years. Izuku, it's a bit of a hassle, but that's normal. Besides, if 𝐿-for-1 does try anything, I'll most likely be his target. So what do you think about my proposition? Nezu, I'm fine with it. It's both beneficial to our staff and students. It's also a much better use of your time. Was there anything else? Izuku, can I bring a boombox for the sports festival? Nezu, no, because for you it's similar to support gear or a weapon. None of the hero course students are allowed to use any support gear or weapons in fairness to the other courses. Of course there are exceptions. If it's for a health issue like with Yugo Aoyama, then it's allowed. And students can make requests arguing that their support gear is vital for their quirk to function. This claim is discussed among the teachers and we vote on whether to allow it or not. Izuku, I guess they would have to have a quirk that controls something like water, for instance, but it doesn't make the water. Nezu, Yes, that is an instance where we would allow a hero course student to use support gear. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴, I guess that's fine. Will we actually be attending classes after the sports festival? Nezu, as long as no catastrophes happen, then yes. Us continuing with the sports festival was to give the people a sense of normalcy after all the chaos that's occurred. Things have calmed down enough to go through with the sports festival, so once that event is out of the way, we'll be able to start classes again. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴, looking forward to it. At the sports festival 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴, it's a good thing Bakugo's gone. I just know he would have done something to make heroes look bad. Ida. Indeed, he was supposed to be the school representative. No doubt he would have ridiculed the other classes and boasted how he would win. Uraraka. That would have been bad. Momo. Yes, public opinion on heroes hasn't recovered yet. It's a given he would have damaged it even more. Kyoka. Well, I'm glad Izuku and 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴 doesn't have to deal with their old bully anymore. Sue, what's your thoughts about Bakugo being gone? Izuku Karo. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴, it's for the best he's gone, but I don't get to blow him up on a regular basis now, so it kind of feels like he got off scot-free. He can't apply for any hero schools, but that's all, and him being put on a likely villain watch list was denied. He wasn't punished enough to get through that ego of his, so it won't surprise me if we see him again as a villain. Mina, that's kinda scary. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴, all we can do is train to be prepared for the worst. On a cheerier note, Auntie Mitsuki will give him hell. Hopefully that will straighten him out. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴, oh yeah, Auntie Mitsuki will tear into him. Kyoka, Auntie Mitsuki. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴, that's Bakugo's mom. She and our mom were best friends, that's how we know her. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴, yeah, and unlike our parents, she was always really nice to us. Even though her personality is an older female Bakugo. Toru, I can't really see that as nice. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴, she's as fiery and fierce as Bakugo, but she doesn't have his ego. Trade Bakugo's ego with a mama bear's motherly love. That's Auntie Mitsuki. Honestly don't know where that ego even came from. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴, yeah, Uncle Masaru is so kind and quiet. Kyoka, weird, kinda reminds me of what Tenko and Kurojirai told us. You know, All for One saying Tenko was born twisted, that was why All for One took him for a successor. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴, yeah, I see what you mean. The thought of those two meeting is not a good one. Shoto, but they can't, can they? 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴, All for One may have appeared dead, but if the warping was tied to his life support, it only makes sense he would be sent to a doctor. If the doctor could resuscitate him or force All for One's healing quirks to activate, there's a good chance he's alive. That's why Enji was adamant on classifying All for One as alive. Shoto, I see. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐴, instead of worrying about what ifs, we need to concentrate on the sports festival. All eyes are on us. How we, the next generation of heroes, perform will affect the people's trust in heroes. So everyone needs to give it everything you've got. Everyone. Yeah. Ida. It's time, everyone. Mike. Hey all you fine listeners. We're coming at you live from the Sports Festival. Last time we were here it was for a trial to put away the All for One party. Now we're here to showcase the next generation of young heroes. Give a big round of applause to all the first years. Audience roars, shouts, and clapping. Mike, just look at all these fine young students. The fabled top 3%. Each and every one of them is exceptional. Let's let my co-host Eraserhead give you the rundown on a chance of a lifetime. Take it, Eraser. Aizawa, as my loud friend here implied, there is a rare opportunity this sports festival. As you may know, if a student from another course excels during the sports festival, they can be transferred to the hero course. Class 1A was down one seat that has been filled by Killer Queen. However, another seat has become available. That means you don't have to outperform someone already in the hero course for a transfer. However, that doesn't mean we're giving it away, you have to earn it. This seat could very well stay empty. Whether or not it does depends on all of you. Give it your best and go plus ultra. Mike, there you have it, folks. While it's still a hard-won prize, it's considerably easier than normal. The old Hero Association had made it where flashy, powerful quirks were about all that could pass. These flawed mandates are being reformed by the new Hero Association. This means that for all you hopefuls wanting to enroll at or any other hero school will have a fairer practical exam. Now let's get this show on the road. Take it midnight. Namuri, Hello everyone. I'll be the referee for the sports festival this year. Now as it turns out, it was the class representative that lost his seat due to unheroic behavior and personality. Since we don't have a representative, we're going to let everyone's favorite vigilante killer queen have the honor. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐽, come on up. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐽, are you ready? Hey, are you ready for this? Are you hanging on the edge of your seat? Audience, yeah. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐽, ha, great. It's an honor to be representing the first years, even if it's as a backup. Now before we get started, I've been asked to go over the situation with all of you. For starters, we are at risk of a villain attack by 𝐿_1. Because of this, security is the highest it's ever been, and because of the wonderful help all of you have been during these troubling times, all heroes present give you permission to use your quirks to protect yourselves and others. We will not let these villains have their way toying with our lives. Because of the villain association hindering real heroes like you, trust in heroes is shaky at best, but you proved 𝐿_1 wrong when you helped heroes and police raid the villain association and turn it into a hero association. You can twist laws and mandates in your own favor, but those who have a true hero's heart will always stand up. That is what makes a hero. It's not the costume or the quirk, it's that self-sacrificing heart that's willing to give their own life to save a stranger. I hope you all see that heart in all of us first years. I turn it back over to you, Midnight. Midnight, thank you for the wonderful speech, 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐽. Now the time has come for the annual 𝐸 Sports Festival, a tournament of physical capability that gives the Hero Corps students the chance to show off in front of pro heroes who might want to hire them someday. Everyone is going for the gold, but there can only be one winner. Let's find out what our first event is. 𝐸, why is everything random? 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐽, heroes have to succeed regardless of what's thrown at them. This randomness is an excellent way to keep students on their toes and prepare them for the real world. 𝐸, I see. Thank you, Killer Queen. 𝐸 says with a 90-degree bow. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐽, there's no reason to bow or anything, besides we're classmates now. Call me 𝐒𝐮𝐽. 𝐸, I will. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐽, I wonder what we'll be doing. 𝐒𝐮𝐽, regardless, you and 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 shouldn't have any trouble. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨, what about you, 𝐒𝐮𝐽? 𝐒𝐮𝐽, if it's a fight I won't have any trouble, but if it's something like that hamster ball race they had a few years ago, several people will have an advantage over me. I'm in good physical shape, but I couldn't outrun someone like 𝐸 or you too. Midnight, it looks like the first event will be an obstacle race. All contestants will have to run a nearly 4-kilometer race, full of traps and surprises. Use of quirks is allowed. And yes, you can use them to slow down and interfere with others. Students get in position. 𝐒𝐮𝐽, just my luck, but depending on what the obstacles are, my experience will definitely help. Remember, 𝐒𝐮𝐽, this is a competition. You can't go buffing me, 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨, or anyone else. That would be very disrespectful. You'd be saying you don't believe they can handle themselves. 𝐒𝐮𝐽, I know that, 𝐒𝐮𝐽. Don't treat me like a little kid. 𝐒𝐮𝐽, but you're my precious little sister, remember? 𝐒𝐮𝐽, why yes. Thanks for looking out for me, 𝐒𝐮𝐽. 𝐒𝐮𝐽, anytime. Looks like the starting line is the first real obstacle. I bet 𝐂𝐿's gonna try to slow everyone down. Yep, look at him sneak towards the front. That probably won't affect the Hero Corps students, but I'll gladly take any advantage I can, so thanks, 𝐂𝐿. Midnight, on your mark, get set, go. Everyone immediately started running towards the gate, only to get body blocked because of the narrow exit. 𝐂𝐿 managed to be the first one out. He turned and sent a wave of ice across the ground, pinning those who didn't see it coming in place. All of the Hero Corps students easily avoided the ice, however. 𝐒𝐮𝐽 was jumping from one student's shoulder to another, avoiding the ice and traffic jam. 𝐒𝐮𝐽 was able to jump from wall to get out. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨 was surrounded by purple sparks and managed the same feat. Both 𝐒𝐮𝐽 and 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨 landed past 𝐂𝐿 and were speeding down the track. 𝐒𝐮𝐽 landed beside 𝐂𝐿 and followed after the two in the lead. 𝐂𝐿 wasted no time running after 𝐒𝐮𝐽. 𝐒𝐮𝐽 was faster on foot than 𝐂𝐿, but 𝐂𝐿 had an ace in the hole. Once he was far enough away from everyone behind him, he used his ice to slide while sending a torrent of flames behind him. By utilizing both parts of his quirk, he was able to rocket past 𝐒𝐮𝐽 and start to catch up to 𝐒𝐮𝐽 and 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨. 𝐒𝐮𝐽, that was a good move, 𝐂𝐿. 𝐂𝐿, thanks 𝐒𝐮𝐽. See you at the finish line. Mike, what an incredible start. 3 students were able to get in front of Killer Queen. What's your thoughts on this eraser? Aizawa, it doesn't really surprise me. Izuku is at disadvantage with a race format, but to be in 4th and even 3rd for a bit shows his skill. He might not be able to finish first, but he'll make the top 10 for sure. We'll get to see the difference between the number 1 Vigilante and you. Students. Look, Ida's managed to pass Izuku. Izuku's has top-class physical abilities, but against quirks that go well beyond what a normal body can, this is the logical outcome. Midnight, they've reached the first obstacle, Robo-Hell. Mike, these are the villain bots used during the 𝐻𝐿 heroics test. Several 1, 2, and 3 pointers appeared blocking the students' path, and behind them were the remaining 0 pointers from the entrance exam. Izuku, oh, I can use this. Izuku jumped onto a 3 pointer's back, being sure to touch it. He then jumped in the direction of another robot further down the course. He brought his thumb down like he was using a detonator, causing the 3 pointer to explode. Izuku used the force of the blast to reach the next robot. He repeated this in a fluid motion. On flying by a 0 pointer, he made sure to slap it, showing everyone he touched it. This put him in first place. From 5th to 1st in an instant. Killer Queen turned the obstacle into a speed boost. Aizawa, this is the difference between a pro and an amateur. Izuku used the robots to his advantage, claiming first despite his disadvantages. Him slapping that 0 pointer could give him a chance to win. Mike, what do you mean? Aizawa, watch and see. Kyoka, wow. That was so cool. Wait, now's not the time to be fangirling, I need to catch up fast. Kyoka powered up with 1 for all, easily destroyed the 1, 2, and 3 pointers. Regardless of if she punched, kicked, or stabbed them with her, Jack's medal was sent flying, or at the very least severely dented. Kyoka, wow. This is so much easier than at the entrance exam. I bet I can take out one of those 0 pointers. Let's try. Kyoka ran at the nearest 0 pointer and stabbed it with both jacks. She then sent powerful sound waves through the 0 pointer. The horrible sound of metal grating and being deformed filled the air. Then suddenly, without warning, an eruption of broken circuits, wires, and scrap metal burst from its back, leaving behind an empty shell. Kyoka, awesome. I did it. Now to catch up with Izuku. Another 0 pointer got in Kyoka's way. Kyoka, oh no. You're the one Izuku touched. Go someplace else, I can't risk getting near you. Meanwhile, Izumi, this is my chance to prove I deserve to be in you. Get ready to be scrap. Izumi tore through the robots with ease. Similar to Kyoka, each blow wrecked the robot villains. A 0 pointer was Izumi's next target. She baited a punch from the machine and swiftly dodged it. She then jumped on its arm and quickly made her way to its head. Izumi then unleashed a barrage of blows, taking off the 0 pointer's head. Once back on the ground, there was only 1 more 0 pointer left. Izumi, what? Why, you're the one Izuku touched, aren't you? I can't get near you. Meanwhile, Shoto, I let Izumi have my recommendation to keep her safe. You all weren't any trouble then, and you won't be now. Shoto immobilized several of the robots by freezing their feet to the ground. Not able to move, they had no way to dodge the ice spears and fireballs Shoto sent their way. Shoto then turned his attention to a 0 pointer. Shoto, I took one of you down at the entrance exam, you're no different than the rest of this scrap. Shoto simultaneously sent a massive fireball and glacier at the 0 pointer. The glacier pierced through its chest and the fireball engulfed its head, taking it out. Shoto, that just leaves 1 more, and of course it's the one Izuku touched. I have to be careful. Mike, that was an explosive start. They decimated the faux villains with ease. But now they can't get near the final 0 pointer. This is what you were talking about, right, Eraser? Aizawa, yes. Izuku is an expert when it comes to getting inside someone's head. This is just like how him playing music during his vigilante time gave civilians a way to keep villains away. The odds of it actually being Killer Queen playing the music is slim, but the risk is just too high to ignore it. That's what's going on here. It doesn't matter if Izuku blows up that 0 pointer or not. The fact is he would, and the students know that. They can't take any chances against Izuku. He's already proved several times the gap between them. And this ploy may give him a chance to win. Midnight, 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐽 has made it to the second obstacle, the fall. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, dang it. 𝐒𝐮𝐽's already that far. Midnight, and it was no obstacle at all to the former Vigilante. 𝐒𝐮𝐽 has already passed the second obstacle. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, what? Okay, even if it helps the other, we have to get past this thing now. Shoto, Yamamoto. I'm going to stop its movement, you two take it out. Shoto and Momo, alright. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 stabbed the ground with both her jacks and sent sound waves through the earth. The ground shook and cracked like an earthquake hit. The cracked ground couldn't support the weight of the zero-pointer and collapsed, trapping the zero-pointer's treads. Shoto then sent waves of fire and ice while Momo bombarded it with cannon fire, making sure it wouldn't move again. Now free from the fear of a moving bomb, everyone started advancing again, but they still gave the smoldering scrap a wide runaround just to be safe. Now at the second obstacle, everyone had an easier time. Shoto made a bridge of ice, and 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 and 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐽 were able to jump the gaps. Midnight, 𝐒𝐮𝐽 has made it to the last obstacle. The landmine field. When 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫 and 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐽 made it to the last obstacle, 𝐒𝐮𝐽 was halfway through it. 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐽 tried to catch up to him, but 𝐀𝐮𝐽 stopped. 𝐀𝐮𝐭𝐡𝐨𝐫, I won't make it in time with these mines in the way. Sorry 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐽, but I can't hold back against 𝐒𝐮𝐽. 𝐀𝐮𝐽 once again plugs her jacks into the ground, ready to make another small earthquake, taking out all the mines. 𝐒𝐮𝐽 saw this coming, however, and right before the mines exploded, he grabbed some dirt and threw it at the ground while jumping as high as he could. The minefield erupted in explosions. 𝐀𝐮𝐽 wasted no time and started running as fast as she could towards the finish line. 𝐒𝐮𝐽 raised her defenses when the explosion started. This protected her from getting hurt, but didn't stop her from getting launched, losing valuable time. 𝐒𝐮𝐽 could be seen spinning slowly high in the air. He had one arm crossed and the other hand on his chin, thinking about his next move. 𝐒𝐮𝐽, that was a great move from 𝐀𝐮𝐽. I won't be able to make first now. I was able to get myself flying in the right direction, but this airtime is a problem. I really wanted to save this till later, but if you think about it, shouldn't be that big of a surprise. 𝐒𝐮𝐽 tore off 2 pieces of his gym shirt and threw one piece and detonated it, making him fly towards the finish line. He then used the second piece to soften his landing and hit the ground running. 𝐒𝐮𝐽 managed to make third with 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐽 second and 𝐀𝐮𝐽 first. Shoto came in 4th place. Midnight, the first event of the sports festival is over.